What's up, guys? Welcome to Hive Mind number 42. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play, wherever you want to listen to us. Today is probably going to be a bit Legion heavy, and I know it's become a meme at this point because the last two podcasts I said we're going to be short, but this one is confirmed not going to be at least 3 hours because I've got somewhere I've got to be in an hour and a half or 2.5 hours. Well, it's not going to go 3 hours. I promise you. So. Probably Legion heavy show today. What do you think so far?
It's a lot of shit.
It's good.
Just a lot of fucking content.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obviously 110 on my main, but I like hit it, and normally it's like, all right, now you go do dungeons, now you do whatever.
Yeah,
now
the questing just begins at 110.
Dude, there's like, I think Suramar is probably like 3 fucking zones worth of shit in
That's
one.
A lot.
Yeah, where are you at? I saw that you're max level, so I'm proud of you.
I kicked your ass.
In speed?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you did. No, everybody did because I fucking number one, I got called into work the first 2 days, and
that makes sense. I was wondering. I was like, how the fuck is this dude so low level if he's got the day off? Like, why is he not on?
And the other thing is, well, my week has also been. You know what my week's been? You ready? I'll tell you.
There we go. Story time.
Yep. Wait, no. Nope. That's not it.
Here we go.
Here we go. Ready?
Breaking news! Today's color is red!
That's what I've been doing for fucking like 3 days. Is just that. Anyway, so
It's breaking news, dog.
Breaking
color
news.
Is red.
Today's color. Tomorrow's color is green.
The best thing about those toys is that they've somehow managed to be like they have the most efficient operating costs. Like they never run out of batteries. Those fucking things, man. They never die.
Oh, good. I'm glad that they don't.
You'll put that thing in your fucking attic, and then something will shift around up there one day, and you'll hear that thing go off 5 years later.
Breaking news. Yeah, exactly.
The color is blue.
Right.
Is the color always red, or is the color blue sometimes?
No, the button's red. The color's always red. It's always
what a shit tier toy. Goddamn.
No, it's a remote control.
2016.
So you can change the channel. All right, ready?
We need some dynamic.
And then you can be like,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep. That's what it is.
Children, you're really making this whole family kids thing out to be a blast.
It's great.
You know, you're damn near almost changing my mind.
Hey, man, that's all right, dude. Well, whatever. Anyway, what we're talking about? Oh, so the other thing I did though is made me go a little slower. Is I pretty much completed every zone that I did.
So did I.
To the detriment of
I'm close to the Legion Lore Master thing. I still need to do Suramar, which I think that unlocks when you get.
Not just that. I killed every rare. I found every treasure.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I did all of it. I did profession quests along the way, which also kind of slow you down. So I just didn't want to go back and do it. And what sucks is, so I don't need to do High Mountain. I can do it on an alt, but I have to do it because if you don't do it on the one character, on the same character, and then you're kind of friggin' screwed. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, it took me a little bit of time, but I got some alts going now. I got the professions going. I've made a fuck ton of money.
I bet you haven't made as much as I have.
How much have you made?
Let me look at the screenshot again. I put it up on Twitter. How much have you made? Just so I can laugh at you.
200K.
Oh wow, still not as much as me. I made 285,000 gold off of one item.
What item was it?
I'll link it. Let me find it here. Yeah. Twitter, copy image. Where the fuck it? There it is. No, location. Here we go. Skype. Where are you? There you are. Dude, 3 monitors. I'm not very good at it yet. That item is badass though. I sold it for 300K.
To who?
To some fucking nerd.
To an idiot.
No, it's best in slot. That's a good fucking item. That's literally best in slot.
It's not worth 300K at all. It's just an 850 fucking.
People paid him more than that for it. I could have gotten more for it if I spammed trade and found the right guy. But people told me that there would be people that would pay like 500K. Some people pay $1 million for it.
No way.
Yep, dude.
No way.
I put it up for 300K and it sold in 3 hours.
I'm telling you, like that whoever bought that is a fucking moron because.
Dude, you realize that people have like millions of gold.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I'm not doubting the fact that you sold it. I'm just saying that whoever bought it.
You can't doubt it because there's like a screenshot.
Is a moron. Because I mean, I have what item level are you now?
Shit, like 815.
Yeah. So I mean, like, we've done. We got into the mythics, and like that gear drops in mythics. So I mean, that's like. There's probably some like raider trying to get like their shit up really quick. But
well, I mean, there's people that are coming out of Warlords of Draenor with like 12 gold cap tunes. Like, what do you do?
Yes, and those people are the people that gave everybody are now going to give the people that play the auction house all their gold back. So
yes.
It'll be a good time. But yeah, mine was off the Obliterum Forge. That thing is a money printer. So you know what that is?
I know. Isn't the Obliterum what you use to upgrade your items or something?
Yes. So, all you do was you craft items. Like any blue crafted item will work, and then you just put it in this thing and like DE it, and it gives you like this ash, and you sell it, and that's pretty much it. But I even got super lazy tier, and I just buy the fucking blues cheap off people from the auction house and then just DE it and put it back on the auction house and made a bunch of gold. So that and fucking ore. You could just sell ore right now and make a shit ton of money too.
Yeah, because people are scrambling to... Yeah, there's kind of this weird situation right now where a lot of people have a lot of gold and it's going to be changing hands here. Like, this expansion is going to redistribute the wealth a little bit because... You know, Warlords of Draenor. Like, if you started playing, like, at the very end of Warlords of Draenor, the wealth inequality was massive. Because you had, like, all these people that had, like... They have all this inflated garrison gold. Still. Which is why I wanted to get rid of that cape ASAP. Like, I would rather sell it for less, but sell it sooner. Because, obviously, it's best in slot now, but it's not going to stay best in slot when the raids come out. But that cape was bad. Fuck, I almost accidentally equipped it until I like gave me the message like, this is BOE, and I was like, let me take a look at this.
Wow, where'd you get it from? Just world drop?
World drop. In Suramar, killing some fucking turtles.
Nice.
Turtle power, dude.
I assume you. I saw you posted a video, but I didn't watch it about feral damage. Have you been PvPing?
Yes, dude. The feral damage right now in arenas is nuts. Like, it's not single target, but you just dot everything up, and I've been like tripling people's damage. Like, I alone like have done triple the damage of the entire enemy team combined. It's fucking crazy.
I didn't have a chance to tell you, but I got into some PvP. Before Legion launched. Have we talked since Legion launched? No, right?
No. This is the first podcast since.
Yeah. So I was looking at a way to farm those Marks of Honor for the transmog gear, and I saw that the best way to farm that shit was in the low-level PvP brackets, right? So it took me like 2 seconds, and I got to level 19 on a Disc Priest. And I don't think they've fixed this yet, but Disc is absolutely broken in that bracket. Like, I got... remember, I don't PvP, right? Like, ever. So I don't have any achievements or anything. But we did... I forget which one it is, but I got fucking Wrecking Ball. I could have got that achievement twice over in that BG. Because I was... Not only, like... I did, like, 110,000 damage. And the next highest in the group was, like, 60. And I was also, like, top heals by like a shit ton. Like it's totally broken. So if anybody wants to farm that the fucking Marks of Honor, that's a really good way to do it. Twink PvPing. And the crazy part is as of then, I don't think they fixed this, but as of then it's all item level stuff. So you're like equipping like white items that have no stats and they were like boosting the shit out of you in PvP. It's fucking nasty. That's what I did before Legion launched.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because like it doesn't matter what gear you have; it's based off
Yeah,
all
because
based off your
I
item.
didn't even think about that. Like twinking is like dead now, essentially.
Uh, yeah, no, it isn't. But well,
No,
it
it's
depends.
definitely dead because the whole point of twinking was to have ridiculously like OP gear that made you a god, and now
You can
that's
do that now, though. You
yeah,
can
but you
do
get
that.
toned down way a ton.
You do, but like, I'm just telling you, like using these items that I found for like a BIS twink list for this disc priest, like I was literally a god in this battleground. It was incredible. But
I had to kill a spider there. Yeah,
did you? Nice.
yeah, fuck spiders.
We had a spider land on, like, I guess the baby had a spider on her, and I think my wife almost like sacrificed our child not to have to deal with the fucking spider. She was like holding the baby, and she was like, "Oh my god, a spider!" and like jumped out of her chair and like dumped the baby on the ground and like ran. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I've
Not
definitely
like
done that before, but not with a spider. It was
you
like
dumped the baby on
Christmas.
the ground.
It was Christmas, and I had just gotten this new like sweatshirt for Christmas, and I was wearing it, and somebody handed me the fucking baby, and I'm gonna give you 3 guesses of what happened. You'll probably get it pretty quickly since you have a kid.
I don't know. Did it shit on you?
Close.
Did it puke on you?
Yeah, like a
Okay.
lot.
There's only three things that it can do: shit, puke, or pee.
Yeah, and dude, it like spewed, and I don't know, like I didn't like drop it on the ground, but I just sort of like put it on the ground.
That happens. No judgment here, man. That's fucking yeah.
It was a
Uh,
little awkward because it was like in between like like the couch and the table. So like I don't know, it's almost like I was hiding the baby away.
right,
It's one of those things where it's like, what do I do with this fucking thing now?
right.
It's just
Yeah.
projectile vomiting.
Before I had a kid, like I really didn't know. Like I didn't want to hold kids, and like I didn't.
I don't want that pressure.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought you had to be like really gentle with them. Fuck no, dude. My kid, like, she likes being like thrown around. Not like not mean and what, but like you'd like put her on the bed and you like just fucking like like hold her and but kind of like body slam her, and she's like fucking wee, fucking loves it, dude. She crazy.
Yeah, my uncle did that with his kids, where like he would be like he'd put them on the bed, and then he'd like jump on the other side of the bed and like shoot them up.
Right. There's a lot of funny videos on the internet of people like flinging their kid into like the fan and shit when they do that. But
Yeah. Have you
but
seen
anyway.
that video of the kid with the ball? Where
Yes.
one kid runs with the exercise ball? Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. It's funny shit. Yeah. So what else have you been doing? Are you in like you just kind of hanging out by yourself in the game, or do you have like a guild, or like what are you doing?
Sorry, I just found that video. I've just kind of been doing I've been doing a lot of PvE shit, like more than I wanted to. Like I've got my artifact. I finished my class hall shit, which took fucking forever. Are you done with that yet? Like where you get the 3rd rune slot or relic slot?
So we did it on a druid, or we're both a druid. So I don't think I'm done, but I think I'm close. I'm doing the one where you get the nightmare shards.
You're close, yeah.
I've got 8 nightmare shards.
Yeah, you're close.
So yeah, I've gotten 2 mythic relics that are from dungeons that are sitting. I have one equipped and one is in my bag. So my weapon is gonna freaking skyrocket as soon as I get that thing done.
Dude, do you know what the deal is with the relics? Like,
What do you
I've
mean?
heard they're craftable, but they're all like BOP.
They are craftable.
Are they
So, like-
craftable, but they're still BOP? Is that what the deal is? Because like I went on the auction house and there's nothing.
No, they're BOE ones. People aren't making them because probably people don't have the patterns. Like professions right now are kind of aids. Like they're good because like you have to go like do things to get the recipes, and in theory that's a good idea. But like I'm a guy who's like really big into like making gold and professions and crafting and all that stuff, and it would be good if they did that for a few of them. For example, for inscription. If they did the quest thing for like the Dark Moon card and for like the Vantis runes and other like big things, that would be cool. But like, I don't need that shit for like a glyph. You know what I mean? Like, it would be good if it wasn't
I mean,
everything.
honestly though, like people wanted stuff to do, and they fucking got stuff to do.
Yeah, I'm just saying like some of the profession quests are kind of AIDSy. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that it's a
Like this
little much.
expansion, like nobody can complain about the lack of content. It
What it
seems
did
like
do,
it's pretty intense how much stuff there is to do.
what it definitely did was it made it so that you can't just like AFK your professions. Like you definitely have to be like
You have to
all
be
in on
active and
professions.
like,
Yeah, which is a
I think
good
it
thing.
makes for a better MMO to have stuff like that in the game because they used to have stuff like that in the game.
Right. Yeah, Legion is definitely. I mean, from all of like what I've seen on social media and even
They'll
like,
probably go back up in subscribers. Like who knows what that'll be, but it'll probably be significant
I mean,
because
you're a guy who thought the game was AIDS,
it
right? You thought
actually seems better.
like you thought the game was AIDS for a long time. Like, I mean,
Many
in
expansions. Yeah.
in what ways do you think that it's better?
Uh,
Because you don't think it's like 100%
I
like
don't
this
think
is
it's
your
the
game
fucking
again.
greatest thing ever, no, but uh I think it's smart that they're balancing PvE and PvP separately. That is a massive improvement. I think the class order halls are cool as shit. I think that's a vast improvement over garrisons
Did you see
by
the
a
app?
lot. What?
Have you heard about the app?
No.
Oh my god, dude, are you serious? So go to the front page of MMO Champ. On there's an app that uh they're making for the class order hall stuff that you can look at all of the world quests that are available, so you know like should I log in and do some or should I not or whatever. You can upgrade your class order hall. You can put equipment on your followers. You can all kinds of shit, dude. Like
Yeah, I
they
don't
finally
know if I care that much about the game. If I could do that.
no. But what helpful is that like if you don't want to like have to log in to min max your fucking missions, because that was the problem with garrisons, right? Is you had to log in all the time. This is good because like if you're at work and let's say you have a couple characters or something, you can just do it on your phone. Yeah, I mean for the class order hall stuff, you still have to like
Yeah,
log in
I
to
mean,
get requests, but
it seems to be a real like callback to the way the game used to be. I like that again, like the professions, you have to actively go and do stuff. There's a lot of like world content. Like clearly, it's pretty fucking impressive. Some of those fucking world quests, maybe it's like some of those are pretty fucking hard. Like
yeah,
some of
especially like the
them,
blue wardens ones. You can't
yeah.
solo
Like
those.
I did one where I was like soloing this like elite mage bitch, and I was like playing hard. I was like pulling around. I was like line of sighting frost bolts and like popping out and going in and out and like running around pillars while my interrupts and like shit were down. And I was playing really hard to do some of these quests, which was nice.
Right.
Most of them are shit tier easy, but like a few of them, it's just like whoa, this is
Yeah.
actually pretty tough.
I saw some people bitching about like what were they bitching about? How easy something was. I forget what it was, but oh, the rares, like just the regular rares in the zones. People
Yeah,
were like,
most
"Ooh,
of
too
those.
easy." I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like those aren't supposed to be like the world quest elites are the hard ones, and those are hard.
So one of the so at the very launch of Legion, it because I
Smooth as shit, by the way.
yeah, that was pretty impressive. No, like it literally went perfectly. Like I got some lag on the second day, and I relogged and fixed it. Like the shit literally was perfect.
Right.
But it was funny because you know how you know how like if you're fighting one of those like elite rare mobs, it scales up based off how many people are there.
Yeah.
So this is at the launch of Legion, and there's like 200 people at this one mob, and it's just wrecking people, and it one-shot me.
Really.
It was just fucking everybody up.
I'm pretty sure the damage doesn't scale. I think it's just its health. So if
It
it
definitely
one shot you,
one-shot
then
me.
it was a thing that hits that hard anyway.
No, it didn't because I killed him again for a world quest, and it didn't hit anywhere near as hard. It did this like
I don't know.
AoE thing. It did this like 360 AoE stomp thing where like rocks explode, and it killed like 30 people, and we're all at the graveyard just flying back.
Yeah, I saw it too. If you get killed in like a world quest thing, like don't release. Just let somebody else kill it off because I've seen a couple people release and they end up not getting credit. So, yeah, just a little pro tip: let your fucking raid kill it off while you're dead. But yeah, I mean, I don't know that and artifact power. So when you're PvPing, like, what have you been getting, like, from your rewards? Like, do you get artifact power? Do
you get artifact power in like small quantities, and you get like boxes that you can get shit gear with right now because you can't get the good gear until rated comes out. But yeah, you get artifact power from that. It's not as much as PvE stuff though.
Right. Does your artifact
shitty.
even work in PvP? Like with all the...
So my understanding is the item level gets scaled down like everything else, but the traits do work, and I believe the runes work as well, or the relics work as well. They were thinking about taking the relics out, but they don't. I don't think they have yet.
So not the item level portion of the relics, but the
item level
the traits.
portion is irrelevant, but the traits I think do work. I think all of the traits work.
Right, I gotcha. That makes sense. I got like I had a shit ton of AP on my druid because I did those treasures and stuff, and so I got like my balanced weapon is 13 and my main spec weapon is like 15. So yeah, I got a lot of shit ton of AP from doing that kind of stuff. Suramar too, like, so you go around and you're like, la la la, I'm just gonna get like my little treasures and get like 10, 20, maybe 35, maybe a 75 here or there.
Yeah, but it gives you like 800,000.
So you get Suramar and it's like big dick artifact power. It's like
well,
bam,
that's only for
800
the quest, though.
Right. But Suramar's pretty too, dude. I think that's probably the nicest zone I've ever seen in WoW.
I like how they didn't give us a new city for like forever, and then Suramar, like the PvE city, is better than anything they've made in like forever. Like the PvE like non-inhabitable city is actually pretty
bubble?
legit. What?
With the little bubble. Yeah. That could have been the city.
That could have been the city, yeah.
But nope, you get fucking Dalaran, so maybe they didn't run out of, because that's always my thing, is they fucking just conveniently reuse Dalaran, but I don't know. I feel like too that it's pretty evident now how much, like, why Legion was delayed so long. You know what I mean? Because there's just a lot of fucking
actually not
shit.
Terrible. Like, it
Well,
really
not only
makes
that,
me
there's
wonder.
a lot of content.
It really makes me wonder where World of War, like this, like I would be no-lifing Legion, and this would be like the greatest shit ever if I wasn't burned so hard in the past. Like, if we went from Wrath of the Lich King to Legion, this game would have like 15 million subscribers.
Probably true. Yeah, Legion's really good, dude.
It's really like, good. Yeah, it's actually the best expansion since Wrath. Like, no, I think almost everybody thinks that at this point. Like, it's actually not terrible.
Right. Yeah, there's just a lot, dude. Like, all the zones. What do you think about the zones?
They were all really good.
All of them?
This is like the circle jerk fucking
podcast,
I guess.
I don't think so, dude. I think I call it Storm
High Mountain
8s.
was a little annoying, but I
You
liked
thought
it.
High Mountain was the worst? I thought Stormheim was the worst by far.
Really?
Like,
I like Stormheim. I like the story of it.
Yeah, but like what fucked me up was this, because everything's a fucking mountain and you got to use those fucking grappling hooks, and like I was just like I'd try to find an objective and it'd be like, haha, fucker, you're at the bottom of the mountain, it's at the top. You know what I mean? And like that's why I didn't like it. But to each his own. I think everybody universally liked Valshara and Azuna.
Yeah.
Valshara.
I liked them all, really. High Mountain was a little... I just got pissed off by High Mountain because it was like, LOL, you gotta take the elevator again. Like, oh my god, did I use that elevator so much.
Really?
Because I didn't have my engineering like leveled up to get the glider.
Oh, right. Or you could just be oh, dude. So I leveled my Demon Hunter to like 104, just to kind of get rolling with the. I logged in all my characters to get the rest XP going too. But yeah, my Demon Hunter's like 104. That's the other thing I did was I just bought greens off the auction house, or had people COD them to me, greens, and I just DE'd them because fucking the dust is like 30 to 40 gold each. So I just was like, hey, buy all the greens for 50 gold, just send them to me COD, and I like 2 or 3x my money that way too. But anyway, dude, Demon Hunter leveling is the easiest fucking thing I've ever done in this game. Like, especially as Vengeance, you can just chain pull like everything around you. You're at 100% health pretty much the entire time. And if you come across the fucking mountain or anything, you just jump off of it and glide. And then you're fine. Like High Mountain, I just fucking hopped off, did a little front flip, and off I go with my stupid wings. So
yeah,
it's
I like the story stuff of the leveling this time around too. Like the little mini stories for the zones.
Yeah.
That's why I like Stormheim. I thought Stormheim had a cool one, especially the end. I thought was pretty.
Oh, the with
cool.
Helheim or whatever.
Yeah, I like that they gave good old Greymane some glory there. It's cool.
Did you
they fucking, spoiler alert, fucking killed the dragon aspect, which is like, whoa, shit. Like I like how they're killing people. Like, I said that on a previous podcast. I don't know if you were on the podcast then, but Thrall needs to die. Like, that's the one thing I fucking hated about WoD. Like, where Thrall and Garrosh, like, have the showdown. That would have been so much better if Thrall would have just died. Like, bad guy wins. Like, because no one would have seen it. Well, no, some people would have seen it coming, but it would have been so much more, like, interesting. And I like it how in this one, people die. And people don't die in, like, these, like, glorious self-sacrifice ways. It's like, no. She just fucking died. Like, just dead.
Right.
It's like, that's like, yes, that's...
Like Varian in the opening cinematic
Yeah, it's
thing.
just like, wait, yeah, right? Because, like, every time you see some sort of, like, epic sword fight in, like, movies or whatever, it's like, how come they never get stabbed in the back? Just like, oh, yeah, he just gets stabbed in the fucking back. And then
main character dead.
And then
like
Ysera is just flying up and just gets shot in the fucking, like, chest with that, like, red stone thing. Dead.
You're gonna trigger somebody super hard who hasn't done that
Like,
yet.
I haven't done the story!
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I had one. Let me tell you about my idea, and this is a good idea, but it's gonna be one of those things where you tell me that it's like the worst idea ever, and then everyone in the comments agrees with you, calls it retard, and says it was AIDS and it was stupid, and I should go kill myself. It's gonna be one of those things.
Okay.
But have you ever played a Telltale game?
No, but I know what they are. Like, I know how they're played.
So it's like a
the story based.
Yeah, no, but it's like a cinematic that you have to like hit buttons and like do things at various points and make decisions.
Yep.
Dude, how cool would it be if a lot of these things that we just watch in the game, like that Garrosh Hellscream fight, how cool would it be is if instead of you just watch it and then whatever and you can skip it, it was like an actual quest and you had to do like button mash stuff to like, or you could like fail it and he could die. You know what I mean? Like, not crazy story shit like an actual Telltale game, but just like little small ones. Or like a quest.
So,
a quest that has that stuff.
They can do that stuff. So the problem is with that is that there's a universal story that is shared among all of... Like, when you play a Telltale game, that's your own individual story in an isolated thing. It's a single-player game. Like... You can't fucking do a quest where you decide Thrall fucking dies.
No. I'm not saying you decide. I'm just saying that, like, you have to actually kill him in the cinematic with a button press sequence.
That shit adds... I hate that kind of stuff most of the time.
If you fuck it up, then he fucking dies, and then you have to restart the thing. You know what I'm saying? I just think it would be cooler than, cheesy. It might be, but at least if they do it, like, once or twice, it would... I'm not saying do that a lot. I'm just saying for like, because they have a lot of quests that are not, like you wouldn't want it for every single thing, right? Like there are a lot of quests that are kind of like, I don't want to say gimmicky, but kind of. I would just like to see that for maybe one quest, just to be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Instead of a cinematic, I had to actually...
I think that kind of stuff only works when the game is designed around it. So I played a game, Asura's Wrath. I actually did a Let's Play of it on my channel like 4 years ago, and that entire game is literally what you just said, and
But I wouldn't want that though. I don't
no,
really
no,
play
no,
the
no, but
Telltale games.
it's really fucking cool the way they did it because they designed the game around it, and it makes sense. Like you have like button like timings, and there's times where you have to like mash buttons really fast, and it's the way it plays out. Like you're like it's like fucking basically Dragon Ball Z, where like you're this Greek or not Greek god, you're like this deity that's like a badass, and I don't know. I really can't explain it, but it's very well done. But then in other games like Heavy Rain, where it's like, press this to open the cabinet. It's just like, fuck, dude. I'd rather just like watch this than do this because it's like just tedious.
Yeah, maybe. And like I'm saying, I'm 100% positive. Every single person who comments on that
I
is
just
gonna
don't think
tell me that
WoW
it's
is the game
worst
for
idea
it.
of all time. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, maybe it's not a good idea. I'm just saying I would like to see a
Well,
quest.
I don't
that
think
has it.
from a cinematic perspective, like they could obviously have that, like they've obviously done that stuff before when it comes to actual gameplay. But when it comes to watching
Well,
something,
you know what they did though is they invented this for WoD, and it was those the floating titles. So like I think the first time you actually see it is when you do the WoD opening stuff to get your like on the invasion of, I think it's Tanan. The dude with the blade fist, what's his first name? Starts with a K. Korog.
Kargath,
Targath, blade fist. That's the first time you see it. It pops up on his thing, and it's like, I'm talking about the yellow words, and they use it in Legion too. That's not a cinematic thing. That's actually a 3D like thing that they render in the game space. So like if you weren't looking at the cinematic, you would see that over the guy's name. So like they've done things like that before. So I mean, I think the only thing they would have to actually do to do it would be to play, because the cinematic, not all of them are pre-rendered videos. You know what I mean? Like some of them are, but a lot of
Yeah.
them are where they kind of hide the UI and they take control
they've
of the
gotten
camera.
good at doing those, like really good at doing those. Because I remember back in Classic, it used to just be like, it would be like what a player would be able to do.
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it still kind of is, sort of. The camera hide ones, the rendered ones, obviously not. But
I'm saying just the ones that are in the game, like the end game things where like some character walks over and does something. Like back in Classic, they used to be like comically bad.
yeah, I think they still aren't. The mouth movement in the game still isn't great, and I don't know if it
Well, I mean,
ever
they
will
didn't
be.
have that. Fucking, they didn't have it.
They just stood
They
there,
just stood there,
and then the words popped up. Yeah,
Yep.
okay, fair enough.
and most of them weren't voiced. Like, yeah. I mean, I realized that was over a decade ago, but like, still, like, I think it's pretty impressive what they've done with WoW, considering how fucking old it is.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I actually like this expansion. I mean, I don't. So like, I thought maybe I was gonna get into PVE, but after doing it a little bit, it's just like, ugh. Like I
What did you do?
just like doing dungeons and
You did dungeons.
yeah, like I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't feel like I don't.
maybe
I don't
it's
have
just
the, I
after
don't have the highest
WildStar,
confidence that
everything
you did
else just kind of sucked.
What dungeons did you? What dungeons did you do?
I've done most of them.
On what, normal?
Heroic. I've done some of them on heroic, some of them on normal.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
it's just like you're sitting there, like killing trash, and I guess I'm just used to WildStar, where it's just like the dungeons are like hard, and you're having to like try hard, and like the trash can kill you, and the trash is like you got to interrupt this and interrupt that, or it fucking kills you. And then in WoW, it's just like AOE, swipe, swipe,
Yeah.
thrash, swipe, thrash, and it's just like over and over and over.
There is some
and
hard
over.
trash. I mean, like,
What?
so no.
I mean, I
there's
realize
hard,
if you do
there's
like,
hard trash in
I realize
WoW.
that it gets harder, and I realize that like when you do like mythic whatever with the keystones, that it probably does turn into that. But still, it's just like a lot of WoW PVE is just like sitting there, just doing damage, which I like the feral damage rotation, but it's just like fuck, man. Compared to WildStar, where you've got like shit flying everywhere, and you've got to be interrupting stuff, and the boss is moving, and you're moving, and there's fucking crazy shit happening. WoW is really tame.
It's a different thing, right? Like in WoW, you're playing you're playing your character as much as you're playing the boss, right? You're trying to max your deeps. You're trying to blah blah blah, and there's a little bit. It's just a different dance. Like WoW was a dance, and WildStar is like a fighting game.
Dude, yeah. If we were to, dude, WoW is like slow dancing, and fucking WildStar is breakdancing.
Yeah, I mean,
they're still dancing.
I'm not gonna buy into your argument 100%, but I get your point, and it's a valid one.
Well, I mean,
it's like they're different. They're different flavors.
But I mean,
right?
you
Like,
compare Storm Talon's Lair when that came out to like what we're doing now, and it's just like it's night and day.
Yeah. But I think WildStar's dungeons were unique in that was the best 5-man content that MMO has ever done.
Yeah,
hands down.
And I guess I'm a little spoiled from that. It
You know
was
what I mean?
so fucking good. Especially when they came out and they were tuned tightly. Where like getting those silver when you had shit to your gear, getting that silver time was tough.
Yeah. Well, that's a different. I think those were a mistake.
I think that
those
ultimately
timers
was a mistake. Yeah, I think that ultimately was a mistake. Or at least I think it was a mistake to have the attunement tied behind it, but I don't think it was a mistake to just have it as a reward thing.
I agree.
Where if you do it that fast, and you maybe get a little extra.
Right, because what that led to was if you didn't know how to wall run or if you didn't know how to skip the whatever.
Well, we did that shit without it.
You just didn't fucking. Yeah, I'm talking about normal guilds. You know, like for the majority of the game. I'm talking about for the health of the game, not for like people who were like really good.
Dude, some of those fucking exploits were crazy. Like I remember we'd go into like pub dungeons, like we'd find a pub, like when we'd have like we need another DPS and we couldn't find somebody, pub whatever, and they would have like these crazy exploits. But like, do you guys know that you could run up this wall? And we'd be like, no, like the random pubs would have just
pub. What the fuck is a pub?
I've heard people called pubs that.
No, you haven't. You have
yes,
never
I
heard
have.
that.
I've heard that as a term.
Then they're retarded. What does it stand for? A pub stands for a pickup group.
Yeah, and
what is
people just call pub?
A pub is a pickup baddie. Is that
I
what
guess,
it is?
yeah. I've heard them referred to that.
Yeah.
Whatever. I've heard it said. Obviously, it's whatever. But dude, like the random no name like dudes you pick up in the pug groups had the most insane exploits.
Yeah, you said that before.
Yeah,
I agree. I think that's probably true. Yeah. Yeah. That shit doesn't it doesn't. It does a little bit, but that stuff doesn't really, for the most part, exist in WoW. Like you did in Everbloom, like you ran up a little hill or something, but like the shit you did in WildStar was crazy. Like I remember for the longest time, and to the life of me, I don't know why they didn't hotfix this shit. But like, Skullcano, I don't think anybody actually did the last boss in Skullcano for like the first 6 months that game was out.
I did.
You know what I mean? You just fucking jump on the little totem. Yeah, I mean I killed him normal too, but I'm just saying for like attunement runs and shit, you just jump on the little fucking. They patched that
somewhat quickly. It was
6 months is quick for Carbine.
It wasn't that long. It was maybe like a month or two, which is still way too long, but still.
Anyway, yeah. But, yeah, so good stuff. We did the mythics. The mythics aren't that hard, actually.
Is it that they aren't hard, or is it that you can't make them hard yet?
Mythic 10s are going to be hard as fuck.
Oh, really? That's a thing? 10 mans?
Yeah. No, Mythic 10. Like Mythic 10th level of difficulty.
Oh, okay. So it's just the, like right now people don't have the keystones or whatever to make them difficult?
Right. Like regular mythics, I'll say regular mythics, but like tier 0 mythics are out in the game, and those aren't that hard. There's one boss that I've done about half of them so far. And there's only one boss that was hard, but it was hard because it was stupid. It's the have you done Maw of Souls?
Is that the Helheim?
The boat, the Naggerfagger, the boat.
Yeah. Is it the last boss?
It's the last boss.
Dude,
and you go on
I know what you're talking. Is it the shit where you can't see the holes?
You can't see the holes are easy. You can see the holes. You top down. But actually you can't. So, well, kind of, sort of. So the holes aren't the hardest part of that. Like if as a resto druid, if I put down efflorescence, which
You
is a
can't see
green
it.
circle, you can't see the holes.
Dude,
That
it's
is a
so
problem.
fucking dumb.
That's not the
I
dumb
was
part.
playing with a warlock, a mage, and a fucking resto druid when I did that place.
Yeah,
Shit
so
everywhere. You couldn't see dick.
yeah, so that is one problem. But the real problem with that is her torrent ability, where she faces either right, middle, or left, and does like her little spew thing. The only way you can tell what way she's gonna do it is by actually looking at which way she faces when she goes to cast it. Right? You actually look
Yeah.
at her. But because the fucking area that you're on is so short, your fucking camera wigs out, right? Like your camera, like
Yes.
you can't really like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. I've done that fight before, so I know what you're talking about.
You can't zoom all the way out and do like a 3/4 view where you can see her and the ground at the same time. You kind of
could you zoom up? Like, could you? I know they nerfed the camera capability, but could you play like? Could you see her? I haven't tried this, so I don't know. But like, could you have a top-down view? Would that help or no?
No, because you can't see
can't
which way she
differentiate
faces
her
that way.
face. I didn't know if you could look at her like head and kind of be able to tell still.
And it's really the thing too is that left, right, or middle, she's in the same spot the whole time.
Yeah, she. Yeah. It's
so
I can see that being tough. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's really slight. Like she could be left or middle, and that kind of looks the same.
Yeah, dude.
So anyway,
I hated that fight because the holes. Because I was playing with other classes that they had just shit on the ground. Like this fucking warlock. I don't know what spec he was. I didn't inspect him to see, but dude, he just had shit everywhere. And we had a resto druid with the efflorescence shit, and then had a mage who had some other particle bullshit, and I couldn't see the holes.
Yeah. So what I think they need to do to fix that is they need to make the holes persist through ground effects, and then they also need to add a visual cue for her torrent. They need to add a what do you call it? A monster telegraph for her torrent. So you have like a 2-second heads up or something, 2 or 3 second heads up, where you know which way it's going. And if they do that, that boss would be pretty easy. I mean, we killed it in about like 4 or 5 attempts. But that was definitely the hardest part. So other than that, I mean, we one-shot pretty much everything else. So it's not bad. But when Mythic 10s are going to be hard as fuck because there's attunement or affixes. So you know how you play Diablo a little bit, right?
No. But I know how it works where the things change.
Yeah. So
I looked at some of them. I watched a video about it, and like some of them are kind of crazy. It's like tanks have no aggro and shit.
Tanks have no aggro. Everything enrages. So like,
you have to kill everything simultaneously. Like if you kill one thing before another thing, it fucking goes crazy.
It buffs it. Yep. So yeah, there's that shit's gonna be.
That system is so smart. Like that's another one of those things where it's just like that mythic dungeons, the way they're done in Legion is fucking amazing. Like again, if we would have went from Wrath to Legion, holy shit, would the game be in a better spot?
I don't think they could have done that though, because like when you look at like.
Well, I'm just saying in this mythical universe that we live in, they could have done it.
Well, what I think that it does prove to me is that they're not stupid when it comes to like iterating on ideas. Like the class order halls are awesome, right? Like I think they're really good. Garrisons were aids, so like, but I don't think they could have gotten to class order halls without going through aids garrisons. Like and hopefully, like if they make a new system, they'll realize that, hey, maybe we shouldn't have a separate item upgrade thing for armor and for fucking weapons, because that's too many fucking... You know what I mean? Like, hopefully the lessons that they learn, they can apply to new systems without having to repeat mistakes. But Legion is like... I mean, if anything, like, it should really make people excited for the future of WoW, because, like, a lot of these ideas...
They still give a shit a little bit.
Right. And a lot of these ideas are super good. You know what I mean? Like if they, I'm sure they'll have some lessons learned from this shit. Like I think one of them will be this artifact power stuff. You know what I mean? Like I think they'll probably have some lessons learned on how to do that and the speed and all that kind of shit. But But yeah, so whatever comes after Legion should be
I like the
badass.
class halls for a little bit of a selfish reason. So, obviously, when you go to the class halls, it's everybody in your class is there from multiple servers. So I get recognized like crazy whenever I go to the Druid class hall. Because people are like, Zybak, is that you? Because, like, obviously that's a concentrated player base of people that maybe have seen my videos. So, like, I go to the Druid hall, I'm like a little bit of a celebrity. Because there's like a high percentage of people that have likely seen my stuff because they play a Druid as well. So it's kind of cool. I like that.
I had that in WildStar. I didn't have that in I don't think I've had that in WoW really that much. A little bit from in Convert to Raid, but because I did the other podcast, but it was like that for me in WildStar because our podcast was pretty big there. It is kind of fun when people are, but you know that.
Oh, I just think it's cool from the class hall perspective because, like, I mean, if you think about it, like imagine like being like a warrior and you're like a big Swifty fan and you're just playing the game one day and you fucking see Swifty in the class hall like that. I think that's just cool from an MMO perspective because the class hall has like all of your, you know, your heroes in it, like all of your like the badass like lore people, like the badass druids are like.
Well, you know what's also cool though is that if you play an alt, it's not like logging into the same fucking garrison every single day. You know what I mean? Like every one of my garrisons was pretty much identical. Whereas this, like, I log in one day, I'm in the fucking Dream Grove. I log in another tune, I'm in, you know, what is that place that Death Knights live? Acaris. If you log in again, you're in Mardoom. You know what I mean? Like that's really cool because those are environments you can't see unless you
have the character. Yeah.
Yeah,
they made a lot of content in this expansion, like a lot. Like all they had to make what 12 unique class hall, more than that because there's different weapons
plus campaigns. No, the class halls are the same.
The class halls are the same, but they have like unique quests for each different weapon. Like the Guardian Druid has a different thing than the Feral Druid, like a different quest. Like you have to go to Grizzly Hills and do some bullshit. I mean, I'm sure they overlap a little bit, but there's some unique stuff there as well.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't know how they fit all this fucking content in, dude. Like it's like.
Well, you know how they said they like doubled the WoW's development team back like 2 years ago, and everybody was like,
where it came from.
Everybody was like, where the fuck is it all?
This is where it is.
I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So what else? I mean, you got to have done some other shit a week, right? Or you just been playing Legion like that much?
I've been playing a lot of it. Let me look at my notes here. I played Crowfall, the Crowfall test for the Myrmidon, which was fucking cool.
I gotta figure out when these things are, because like I always read the test schedule and then I just never.
By the way, did you do that Teensy Weensy's quest for the Druid class hall, or are you not at that yet? I can't remember if that's before or
the
after
little fairies.
Yes.
I think so.
Where you have to click on the little
flute?
Did they fix that by the time you got to it? Or
I don't know.
Or did that quest take like an hour for you?
No, there was like a pack of like 3, and I just ran up and blew my little flute, and that was done. There was like 10,
lucky,
right?
Dude.
It's
yeah,
just
you
10,
got
right?
lucky. So they must have fixed it by the time you got to it, because, dude, there was none. Like I was in a group of 5 people, and it took us 30 minutes to find 10.
Really?
Yeah, because there was 1 million people in that place trying to do it, and the spawn rate is abysmal.
You were in like a fucking raid trying to do like these little dragons.
You know, we had 5 druids in there, all running around, and it was funny as hell because I had Gladiator Losa on, which is a mod that essentially says when people pop like a cooldown. So like, let's say a rogue pops evasion in PvP, it'll literally say like evasion. Well, I had that on. And it just goes off the combat log. So as soon as one would spawn, all I'd hear was dash, 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 dash from like all of the fucking druids trying to run over there and click on this fucking thing and get it before everyone else did.
Wait a minute. It actually says the word of the cooldown?
Yes.
I can see where that's useful. That's just kind of funny. Like,
it's really useful. I actually made a video 4 years ago when that thing came out, because it was a little bit of a secret, and I fucking blew the lid off that shit. And that video got like 200,000 views or something, because I think I named the video like best add-on in WoW because it really is for PvP. It's one of the best, like for stuff that you can't really see that well. Like for example, like Innervate when Druid still had that. Like that's just the buff that a Druid puts on himself. Like it'll be like Innervate and be like, oh shit, time to spell that fucking Druid. So it's
I can
pretty
see
damn
where
good.
I can see where that's pretty good.
A lot of people hate on it because they're like, look at these fucking baddies. Need a mod that literally tells them what. It's like, whatever, dude. It's a fucking advantage. I'm gonna take that advantage.
Yeah.
Like, why not use auditory cues as well as visual ones? Why rely on looking at the fucking focus frame that's tiny as shit?
Well, you saw they broke. So they pissed off the guy who writes DBM because they broke. You know, like you probably have used it, but where you raid and you've got like you do like /range 8 or something like that, where you know when to like stack and like how far spread you have to be. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't raid a lot, you probably
don't, but I think I might. But keep going.
It shows you a little circle basically, and it tells you like it shows you spatially where people are around you, and if somebody gets in whatever range you set, they turn red. So basically, what it's for is if like you have to stack real quick for like a raid mechanic, but you need to be spread otherwise at all other times, you use that. So you know, like, all right, I don't want to be super spread, but I want to be spread enough. So they basically broke that, which like that's a pretty big deal for PvE, especially for like range DPS, because range DPS use that like all the fucking time. But it's weird. It's weird that they care about that though, because like.
Well, they don't want mods that like they just broke a certain API element that allowed like a mod to do that.
I agree. I'm saying, but what's weird is that they have issues with the weirdest things. Like, so they have an issue with you knowing how far away from another player you are, but they don't have an issue with a thing like Thogar assist or Rodin assist or all these like things that basically tell you exactly when things are coming and when to pop cooldowns and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like they're okay with telling you when, just not telling you where, which seems really kind of weird. Unlike the fucking camera debacle, right? Like with the zoom.
The camera thing is a little weird, but I mean, I can kind of see where they're coming from, especially if they're trying to make WoW like watchable, because the thing is that I mean, if you watch a lot of these top Affliction locks play, man, they play pretty damn zoomed out. A lot of the top players play really zoomed out, and watching that from a viewer perspective is shit.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, limited in fucking PvE then, or PvP then. Like, if you really want to limit it where people are gonna.
Well,
no one's gonna watch
well,
PvE.
the idea is to limit it and then design the content around the limited camera angle. Like, so Crowfall is limiting their camera a lot. Like, you have very little capability to zoom out in Crowfall, and it affects the gameplay in what I think is a good way, because it makes like literal like flanking and stuff much more effective. If some guy's up on top of a castle wall, it's hard to see if he's there. Whereas if you could just zoom out, fucking wow camera style it up, then it would be way less effective.
Which is fine, but if they would have left the camera zoom as restricted as it was, that Maw of Souls dungeon would have been just not doable. Like, because we even had a guy like just fucking staring at the boss to like say which way the fucking thing went, and half the time like he was wrong. You know what I mean? It was just like, I don't know. Which is fine. I mean, I get it. It's not the biggest deal in the world.
That boss in particular has some issues, so I'll back you up on that. I mean, I didn't particularly have too much of an issue with the breath because I was doing it on heroic, so it was probably way less.
Yeah, well, this is
punishing.
Like 2 or 3 ticks and you're dead.
Yeah, so but I had a problem with the fucking holes and goddamn spell effects covering them up.
That was also the only boss that I kind of had. I don't want to say I had issues, but I kind of did. I mean, I went the first couple pulls. It was a long fight, and it's like there's this mechanic on it where it puts this debuff just keeps popping on random people, and as soon as you dispel it, it like pops like 150,000 damage on the group. But you have to dispel it, because otherwise, if it's just gonna pop on its own, it also pops the damage. So like, Yeah, that was a pretty healing intensive fight. That's the only one though. Like mana really hasn't been an issue either, which is kind of weird because I thought like that they would make like healing hard again, but it isn't. Which I don't
Dude,
I don't
healing in
necessarily think.
arenas is pretty tough. Like so they took away a lot of AoE healing this expansion. Like a lot of healers had a lot of heals that were single target, but also had little AoE mechanics added onto them. Like that shit is like gone. Like so the spread pressure with feral druids, you know how that video I put out? Like in previous expansions that wasn't as effective of a way to play because a lot of that spread damage was more easily healed by
Padding.
by direct heals that had little AoE mechanics on them. Like you'd heal, like I don't know, I can't think of a specific spell, but let's say you cast a big heal on somebody, and that heal also had like a small radiant effect that healed other allies around them. Like there was a lot of stuff like that. That shit's gone. So if you fucking are doing like if you're doing damage, like you're doing damage and it's effective damage, and it's fun. I like it. I'm really liking Feral 3s a lot.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that video. By the way, I highly recommend anyone listening to this podcast check out my newest Feral video I put out. Well, it won't be new by the time you see this. Completely broken Feral damage. It's, dude, I think it, like...
Druids are in a really, really, really good spot. And I don't know why, but, like... So, Guardian Druids are legit, like, for, like, high-end PvE... I'm talking from PvE perspective. Resto Druids are the best healers. And if you're saying that, you know, feral damage is that good, then...
Well, feral damage is also good in PvE, from what I've heard. I've heard it's one of the top PvE specs, which is probably why this particular playstyle in PvP is also effective.
If you want to do legit... If you want to be good at this game, and no matter what you do, be a fucking druid right now. Or in general. They're usually pretty solid.
So I kind of like the artifact weapon system because it makes Flavor of the Month rerolling harder. Because that's kind of an issue with arenas, is that...
It does make it harder. Yeah.
A lot of people Flavor of the Month reroll, and it's so annoying in arenas because, like, I know in WoD, in Warlords of Draenor, there was a time where Resto Druids were just fucking really good. And every team you'd face would have a Resto Druid on it, and it was just so annoying. So I really like that there's another deterrent to stop people from just, you know, Flavor of the Month rerolling. I mean, it's still going to happen, but it's less. And now the PvE and PvP is balanced separately. Hopefully that won't be as much of an issue anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time to completely max out your fucking thing. I don't know what the speed of the artifact knowledge increase is. You know what I mean? Like, because right now it's like 5 days.
Pretty significant.
No. I mean, what I mean is
about how
the research.
Much it ramps up. Okay.
The research. I'm like, because right now it's like 5 days.
Yeah, it might be one of those things where it like turns into like 12 hours, like really late in the expansion. Who knows?
Well, it's supposed to turn into like 3 hours at some point, but it's interesting. I think it's gonna be interesting to see like what their tolerance is for that, like when it would ever, you know, when they decide to ramp it up.
Yeah.
Like, are they gonna ramp it up like by a day in like 3 months, or like kind of what the speed is?
I think it'll probably be really slow. Like it'll be like, I don't think they'll take it. I don't think they'll reduce it in big chunks. I think it'll be like, what is it now? 5 days?
Yeah.
Like I think they might make it 4.5, or like 4 and a quarter. Like I think they'll just gradually drop it down and just spread it out. Like I don't think you're gonna go from 4 to 3 to 2. At least I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. The other thing is to be mindful of your whatchamacallit, your traits that you pick for your class order hall. Be mindful of that junk.
And actually do it, because I didn't do it for the first little bit. I didn't pick a trait for a while.
Yeah, but make sure you pick the right one, because if you want to respec that shit, like that will take you forever.
Is the Resto Druid artifact weapon like actually good? Because the feral one, like the feral talents are shit. Most of them.
Is the Resto Druid what?
Are the traits good
For
for
what?
in general? Like, are they useful?
Oh yeah, yeah. The rest of Druid runes are really good. Sorry,
The
you don't
feral
actually
ones
have
are
any.
fucking dog shit.
You don't
Like, I
actually.
almost have everything I want when it comes to damage anyway.
I'm doing this. The reason that took me, I went retarded for a second, was I'm doing like while we're doing this show, I'm like doing like these bullshit like WoW things just to kind of like get them out of the way because I don't really have to think about them when I do them. And like this never happens to me ever, but I play on Arthas, which is PvP server,
Isn't that
and
an
this
Australian kind of server too?
no,
Oh, I'm thinking of Frostmourne.
yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
but this fucking uh, Havoc Demon Hunter like sprung up on me and fucking pop meta and was like trying to go to town on me, and I'm really happy because I just fucking wrecked him, and I'm like not good at PvP, so like that guy should feel really bad. That's a good way to test whether or not you should ever PvP is if if you get the jump on me in world PvP and you end up dying, you should just not play this game anymore. So that guy should just fucking delete his account because that was really sad. But anyway, that's why I went retarded
Yeah.
first.
The feral druid artifact talents are really depressing for PvP. A lot of them are. So
Right.
like Ashamane's bite, which is like sounds badass, right? Where it's like you have a chance to duplicate your rips. So rip is one of your highest damage abilities, and you can just get another one that just gets procced on them, so they get ripped twice.
That sounds pretty good.
But it sucks dick for PvP because in PvP, when you get rip on somebody, you switch targets. You don't fucking hit them anymore, and it procs based on
Oh right.
if they have a rip on them already. So it's pretty damn worthless. Then you've got thrash talents,
But there are a lot of like
fucking AIDS.
I'm sure the honor talents are pretty good. Like are you going to be prestiging? Like I'm sure you probably are, right?
I wouldn't prestige if I was another class or a different class because a lot of the classes have their better stuff in deep in the honor tree. Like you have to be like high ranked in the honor tree to get some of the really good talents, and playing the game without those really good talents is shit. But luckily, all of the good feral druid stuff is unlocked at level 10. Literally everything I want, almost everything I want for most situations. There's one talent that's unlocked at like 14 that I maybe could take, but I could go without. All the stuff I like is in that first left row, so I got pretty lucky.
Nice.
But like Holy Paladins, apparently Holy Paladins, like one of their key spells is like 41. So
Nice.
you wouldn't see a lot of those guys prestige.
I wonder how long that's going to take to get like that shit maxed out. Probably a while.
I don't think too long. I've been doing arena skirmishes, which is not a good way to get honor. And I'm at like 15, and I've been kind of just half-assing them. So I don't think it'll take too long to get to 50. Probably like a day.
But for you though, that's like a day, really? Yeah,
Probably.
maybe.
Maybe two. I don't know. Not long.
Half-assing them for you is like spamming them for hours though.
No,
It's like-
no. I've been doing a lot of PvE stuff, but like, so looking at this artifact talent for feral druids have one of the worst artifact talents. Open wounds is dog shit. This is so bad for feral. The fangs of Ashamane tear deep into your target, causing your attacks to ignore 15% armor while rip is active. That is so dog shit for ferals.
No, that's really good.
15% armor reduction
That's pretty good.
on a class that is completely bleed intensive, which is not affected by armor.
It's pretty good.
And in PvP, like, so the only benefit for that is auto attacks and shred. And you don't even fucking use shred that much in PvP because you're constantly multi-dotting stuff. So you're using Rake and Moonfire, and those are a lot of your combo point, but at least the way I play.
I'm happy because what you're telling me how to play PvP now is how I've always played PvP, which is like you just fucking put Rake up on like everybody and then just go back and throw up a rip and
Yeah, you should
fight a couple
watch that
people.
video, dude. The playstyle is bananas. Like, so feral druids in PvP, you can get your Rake to like a 15-yard range.
Right, I did hear about that.
Yeah, and it charges to your target. So if you watch that video, I'm just like charging around the map because I have like Rake, which has no cooldown, obviously, and that's just a 15-yard charge, and then I have Skull Bash. So there's one point in this video where I like rake a Warlock, rake a Rogue, or no, I rake a Paladin, rake a Warlock, rake a Rogue, and then I Skull Bash back to the Paladin to interrupt him, and then I Feral Charge Cat back to the Warlock. It was like it's like zip 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 zip. It's fucking awesome, man. I'm having a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, I knew that for a while that you were like, I don't know, I might play the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunters are pretty good too, though.
I was going to until I saw the way Feral played. Like until I got on the 110 beta, and I was like, holy shit, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah. You're you have to be a AIDS fucking night elf though. I don't know why
Night
you're.
Elf racial is good as fuck for Feral. Because you can, so you know...
Undead gets that shit too, don't they? Isn't it the same thing? Oh, you're talking about Shadow Meld?
Shadow Meld, yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the one that breaks, like, stuns and shit.
That's human.
Oh, right. Never mind.
Undead breaks spheres, and or something else in caps, maybe? So the reason why Night Elf is good is because you can Shadow Meld and Rake. And Rake does double damage out of stealth, and Shadow Meld counts.
Good. Still a noob, though, because you play Alliance.
I used to play Horde for the first, 7 years of the game.
Really?
Yep.
That's what I play now. I leveled a lot of, so by the time Legion came out, dude, I was so ready to be fucking, done with invasions. Because I leveled, because the tunes were free. Basically, because there were no effort. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll just level some Alliance alts too, because when I go do mount runs and other shit, it's cool to have extra max level characters. Man, I did that shit for hours, and I was really done with invasions by the time this content came out. But anyway, I feel like there's been some shit this week, but I don't remember what it is. I mean, we had
my notes.
We had college football. But you don't watch that.
Virginia Tech won. Tennessee. So my some of my family is going down to that fucking craziness in Tennessee or in Bristol. You familiar with that?
No.
The biggest football game ever. It's Virginia Tech and Tennessee playing in the Bristol Motor Speedway, with it's gonna be 150,000 people at the game, and that's just the fans. That's not including security and all the other shit. There's going to be 200 plus thousand people at this fucking thing next weekend.
Cool.
So I'm going to watch that from the comfort of some place that's not there.
Right. And then Tennessee will probably lose because Tennessee is fucking awful right now.
They almost lost to Appalachian State, apparently.
They did.
No, they didn't lose.
Almost. They almost did.
Yeah, they almost did.
Fucking crazy. Yesterday was crazy, dude. Oklahoma lost to some Houston, and then Wisconsin beat LSU. All the top.
Everybody's fantasy shit's all fucked up now, eh?
College football fantasy.
Is that a thing, or is that not a thing?
It's a thing, but I don't think anybody does it. It's not a very common thing.
I figured it was. I figured it would be, but I don't know. I don't do it.
Yeah,
I haven't kept up with football in so long.
I have an actual fantasy football draft tonight. So I'm playing in 2 or 3 leagues, and I'm doing the FanDuel again. If you've never done the FanDuel stuff or DraftKings, I would recommend you give it a shot because it definitely makes football 500 times more interesting when...
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I mean, it's just like anything else. If you have just a little bit of money invested in it, you're more it's more fun. It enhances it. Even if you're not trying to win money, because obviously that's stupid as fuck because that's not the way it works. But I can see it. If it's something you do just to enhance the experience, then yeah, go for it.
Right.
That's why people gamble on games a lot of times, just because you want to gamble on your team to win because it's it makes the game that much more exciting.
Well, that's what playing the lottery does. It makes your life more exciting.
No, well, that's fucking dumb because, I don't know. I think it's a little different when it comes to gambling for your team.
Yeah, but it's the same principle. Like nobody, you know what I mean? Like people are like, oh my god, today's Thursday. The drawing was last night. I wonder if
I
I'm a
guess,
millionaire.
yeah. I guess I could see that. It's just, I guess I'm not the audience. I'm not the kind of guy that would get enjoyment out of that. But I guess, it's like it's an activity that people do. Like, hey, it's Thursday night, or whenever they do those. Let's watch the numbers.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a. Have you heard of this game? And I wasn't prepared to tell you about this, so I don't even actually know what this game's called. But my buddy is in the beta. It's called like Eternal or something. It's like some Magic the Gathering pros made a card game that's like what they wanted to see. It's not. They weren't like happy with Hearthstone, and they like wanted to. Let me see if I can find it. Eternal card game. Yeah, Eternal. It's called Eternal. You're actually gonna like it. Apparently, this game's in like beta, and it's kind of Hearthstone-ish. Apparently, it's like super badass because it was made by like Magic players. So it's like all the shit that they wanted to see that like Magic wouldn't give them, and they didn't get from Hearthstone. So I've been following that a little bit too. I signed up for the beta. I have some friends in it.
But yeah, I'm just not into card games like that.
Hearthstone? No. Hearthstone is like one of those games that I thought I would like a lot more than I actually do. Like I don't have anything in principle against Hearthstone, but I just don't really play it that much. Or really at all, I guess. So that's that. Yeah.
Oh, we can talk about the YouTube drama.
Oh, right. With old Boogie's not too happy.
Well, no one's really happy, but I don't think it's that big of a deal because
are they flagging your content?
They have in the past. This is not new, by the way. They've done this before. They've unmonetized some of my videos. Well, they don't say they unmonetize it, but like I look on the video and it's made $0, and it's just like, huh. Or it has stopped making money even though it's made some money. Yeah, no, they've done it in the past where they've unmonetized stuff before. So essentially, the way to explain this to the people who don't know what's going on, YouTube has put out a thing saying that certain content is not suitable for advertising, and they have all these guidelines saying this is what content can't have in it, and it's stuff like anything like bad, like anything potentially negative, like bad news. Anything about like a terrorist attack or like a tsunami or any sort of thing that could be deemed like negative at all, like in any connotation, might make your video ineligible to be advertised on. Like if you say shit, fuck, ass, motherfucker, you might not, they can strip your ad money away from you. They can not monetize your video. So pretty much what this is I don't think this is that big of a deal. Obviously, this is not good news, and obviously this is terrible, and no one should be like happy that this is happening or approving or what's the word? Supportive? I don't know, whatever. But the thing is that I see this policy because I've seen this happen on YouTube many times with many different policies, especially when it comes to like community guidelines shit. This is going to be specifically a policy they use on people they don't like. That's all this is. Because there's no way they're going to unmonetize all these news channels, all these... you can't just unmonetize everything. What they're going to do is if they don't like a certain guy and he happens to break this guideline, which everyone will be breaking, then they just take his fucking monetization away. Like that's all it is. It's just it's like one of those EULA gotcha lines where like how you agree to a video game.
You don't think they like Boogie? Because they flagged a lot of his shit. Like, because he talks about like, I
didn't watch his video. Did they flag a bunch of his videos?
Yeah. Well, what they flagged it on was like I don't watch a ton of his videos either, but I watched the video where he was sad about it, and I guess they flagged like his shit where he was talking about like suicide prevention, like really? Which is kind of a positive thing, sort of, kind of.
So they probably got some sort of algorithm.
Yeah, I'm sure it just scans the title of your video.
Yeah, but
and if it has the word fucking suicide in it, they're like, nope.
But I think ultimately this is an EULA gotcha thing where, like, if you're familiar with video games, like, you basically sign away everything. When you play a video game, you say, like, hey, you can ban me and take everything away because you want to, no matter what. Like, that's pretty much what this is, where YouTube is basically saying, like, hey, we can do anything we want. Like, if we don't like you, then we have this policy that is so vague and, like, open-ended. Like, anything could be, any video could fall under this shit they're talking about. Like, our podcast obviously does. So I don't think they're going to massively just unmonetize videos. I haven't checked to see if any of my, like, is there, like, if there's some sort of special notification you get or some sort of email. I haven't gotten one, but I know in the past.
I think Boogie said there was.
I have not gotten one.
That he gets one
3,000 videos. So maybe I'm not a big enough fish yet, but I know for a fact that some of my videos. Here, let me filter it here. View by.
Are not advertiser friendly.
Yeah, no, view. I can view and see which ones are not monetized. And no, all of mine are still at least it says they are.
Well, he's probably a little bigger.
He's a bigger fish, and also he might not be part of it. Like, maybe because I'm part of Machinima, I've kind of got a little protection. That might not be a thing anymore, but it used to be back in the day. But what was I saying? Shit. I think ultimately it's not going to be a huge big deal. But we'll see. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, dude, like, the more I hear. By the way, you should encourage everyone to watch your videos via their Xbox or PlayStation, because those apps on the consoles, you can't actually put an ad block on. So, like, if I go watch somebody's videos, like, I'm watching the first fucking 5 seconds of that ad no matter what. So that's what you should do, is encourage everyone to watch your videos.
I mean, obviously, I like making money, but just watch wherever is most convenient for you. Like, in reality, like, I want you to watch and enjoy my videos. If you really want to be a beast, then donate to the PayPal link, dog. I'm just saying. If you want to be a beast.
How many people actually still donate to your thing?
No one. I haven't got one in a while. But I don't stream anymore, and I don't make videos that frequently. I also don't push it either, because I don't do this as my job anymore. I do it as just a hobby. But I'm just saying, I mean, that goes for anybody. Like, the best way is that way. Sell out engaged. Anyway, so yeah, watch my videos wherever you want to watch them. I mean, if you use ad block, whatever. I'm at the point to where it's just like, whatever. But I appreciate all the people that don't. But a lot of you guys do, I'll be honest. Like, the percentages are fucking bananas. So, where was I going with that? Consoles, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying watch your shit on there. I don't know. I don't know that was my only point about consoles.
I thought I had something else I wanted to say about the YouTube thing. I mean, YouTube's in a weird spot, right? Because they don't make money. So, like, whenever YouTube does something shitty, part of me goes like, this is fucking gay, because, like, YouTube is a source of income for me, and, like, obviously when they make terrible decisions like this, it makes me a little sad, right? But also part of me is like, look, they don't make money, and maybe they do need to, like, not piss off because obviously advertisers aren't going to pay as high of a premium to advertise on videos about, suicide or whatever. Like, they want their ads on certain things, and YouTube is only selling so much ad space. So certain advertisers, they want to keep their CPMs high, and so you can kind of see their point of view too. Maybe YouTube is making some bold moves. Like, maybe this is gonna be the time where they brick ad block. I'm waiting for that day. It's coming. That day is coming, where all of a sudden ad block just won't work on YouTube, and it'll just, like, say, sorry, you got to turn off your ad blocker. It's fucking coming, because it's coming on other websites. It's already happening other places.
I don't mind the beginning of the video, because, like, so the internet is already AIDS. Like, if I want to watch something on, like, ESPN, Like, I better be ready to watch like a fucking 30-second fucking ad about my clip, right? And which is fucking awful. But like, I get why they do that. I don't like in YouTube where you're just like watching somebody's fucking chill video, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, fucker!" Like, interrupt the video.
Well, you know why that's happening, right?
Uh,
Because ad block. That's like the popular. I mean, that's always happened. Like, yes, there's always been in-deal sponsored videos, but the reason why that's happening now more than ever is because of ad block. Like, the percentages are crazy. Like, so every single year for the past 5 or 6 years, the ad block, the amount of like percentage of views that are monetized has gone down every year for me. So like, I'll be getting more and more views and getting paid the same or less.
right.
So
See, that's why I don't want to actually like. I've flirted with the idea of YouTube.
Well, you don't do YouTube for the money.
Yeah, and
no one should do YouTube for the money.
Yeah, but like, so then, yeah, right. I mean, when you say for the money, like, you can do YouTube. Like, I put it this way, like, I guess I don't like people enough just to make videos because it's fun. Like,
well, then you should not even get into it.
Hang on, I would say I would want at least, like, if I was gonna do YouTube, like, not on a, not even a serious basis, but on like a 1 video a week, maybe 2 videos, 4 videos a month kind of deal. Like, I would want something super small for doing it. And when I say super small, I mean like not a couple pennies. So that's why, like, I've flirted with the idea of doing YouTube, but I'm like, I just rather play the games myself, because it's like, and the more I hear about this kind of like AIDSy things that like YouTube's doing, like, I think it's going to be harder and harder for like just run-of-the-mill people to actually like jump into it, because if they're not paying like decent money to people that are generating pretty good content, like if you have to be like a million view person to make any kind of, you know what I mean, like, they're not going to be a lot of people that just decide to do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to become...
Yeah, well, that's why I've always said that you can't do it for the money. You've got to be wanting to do it, and then if it works out, great, because it's one of those things where there's YouTubers that make fucking, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year right now.
Yeah.
That didn't make hardly any money for the first 4 years.
Right. Which is fine and good. I mean, like,
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you gotta put the time in, knowing that the time you put in might get you nowhere.
Right.
So like, for me, for example, like, I've done YouTube as my full-time job I've done it 4 or 5 years. I don't do it anymore as my full-time job, but I've done it. And now that I do it casually, I'm way more excited. Like, I was excited to post that video I just posted yesterday, like the feral damage in arena. Like, I was excited. I was like, I can't wait to put this out to see what people think of this shit. This shit is fucking crazy. So you got to be like that. I'm not putting that video out going, oh my god, I got to get, I can't wait for the small amount of money I'll make off this individual video.
Right. Of course, right. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just saying that, like, that's going to be harder for people that have, like, a 9 to 5 to, you know what I mean? Like, streaming even is one of those things. Like, you gotta just stream because you like streaming, and then if it works out, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that kind of sucks. Like, I wish that sort of like YouTube should just hire, like, or have like a fucking American Idol for YouTubers, and then just actually pay those people to make content. Like, not ads, because the way they do it right now, it's no risk for them at all, right? Because, like, if no one watches your fucking videos, they don't pay you any money. Like, that's how it works. And if people watch your videos,
they've got risk.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
What are you talking about? Like, you could
when
make videos.
When you upload a video and they don't watch it, and no one watches it, that's fucking money. That costs them a lot of money. The amount of money they spend on fucking...
There's nothing to stop you from doing that, though, is my point. There's nothing to stop. You could do that right now, and there's nothing to, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether they pay you or not, and whether your content's good or not, I could go right now myself and use up a bunch of their fucking money. You know what I mean? By posting videos.
I thought you were saying there's no risk for them.
What I'm saying is right now there's not, right? But like, what they could do, is actually like pay YouTuber, because what they're missing out on are some good content, right? They're missing out on people that would do it, but they can't for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be cool if they like had tryouts
I
for
don't
that
think
kind of
so.
shit. And paid somebody a job. Like
I
if they said, "Hey, we have a job, YouTube content creator for World of Warcraft, right? You make videos, blah blah blah, your content. Job pays $35,000 a year. You know, apply at this link. Make a video to apply or some shit." And there was like an interview process. I think
Well, they've
YouTube
done
would
that.
get better content.
They have done that for
Oh, they
premium stuff in the past, but the thing is that it's not been successful for the most part. That's the thing about YouTube is that YouTube is this weird thing where it's quality driven and personality driven. It's a very weird thing. Like there's a lot of really good YouTube videos that have very very like good production value. Like those YouTube paid videos that they made that was part of, they did like a $300 million initiative with like YouTube sponsored content, and all of it was really high quality stuff, but it just didn't take off because it didn't have that same sort of like appeal. Like it didn't, like Asmongold, for example.
I knew you were gonna bring him up.
Asmongold is the diamond in the rough when it comes to like. Asmongold would not have been able to go to YouTube and be like, "Hey, motherfuckers, pay me 35 grand to make videos." Like
Right.
that's the guy. Those are the YouTube stars. Like
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're probably right. Fair enough.
it's not the guy that's like, "Hello, I went to video editing school." And blah 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 blah. It's like, dude, those guys
Yeah,
don't go
obviously
like a
not.
lot of the guys that go to film school fail at YouTube. My dumbass, like, dude, I can imagine like being one of these people that goes to film school and then they see me and I'm a little fat fuck greasy 15-year-old that's blowing their numbers out of the water with my shitty ass afro videos. Oh my god, were my videos fucking terrible back in the day. And they got watched a lot. Like a staggering amount for how terrible they really were.
Right. Yeah, but a lot of that.
But because it was that
shit
appeal.
too
Like
is-
a lot of people wanted to see that fucking fat, greasy, feral druid guy that fucks people up in arenas. They want to see that. They don't want to see the like professional video that's just boring and lame and some shit that you'd see on TV. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying like I don't want fucking CNN the YouTube special. You know what I mean? I just thought that like, you know, I guess my only point with this, and again, I cannot wait until like every comment is like, "That's the fucking stupidest idea I've ever heard." My only point is that, you know, we're probably missing out on some pretty cool content and some good content because
Well, of course,
YouTube is such a
because-
hard thing to get started in. That's
Well,
my
it's
only
easier.
point.
So it's definitely easier to start now than it has been in the past because videos are ranked based off of watch time. Now, back in the 2010s, when I first started, when I first started, I would say that was probably the hardest time to get started, because it was based off of. And I'm not trying to like say, "Oh, walk uphill both ways," and oh, it was so hard, but like from a mechanical point of view, I think it was the hardest point to start because it was a lot about likes and favorites and which videos got the most likes, got the highest search results, and which video got the most favorites and which video got the most views. It was all about having the most of something. That shit's gone. You can go and look up like a video and sometimes like the top search result will be a video that's got like 300 views. And the next one will have like 20,000, but the video that has 300 views has way more watch time and way more retention and is ultimately a better video. So people that do make good videos that people watch do blow up.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of channels blow up recently. Like the watch time statistic, that's the way to go. And that's the way it should have been from the start. I guess they didn't have the technology for it. But back in the day, man, I was YouTube exploit god. Dude, I exploited the fuck out of YouTube. Dude, everybody thought I was this like saint back in the day. I used to do giveaways. I'd be like, guys, I'm feeling generous today. I'm giving away a Razer Naga. All you gotta do is like and favorite the video and leave a comment down below. Everybody's like, dude, you're so fucking nice. Giving away all this Razer gear out of the kindness of your heart. Meanwhile, that video is just fucking soaring up the search results because it's got crazy amounts of likes and favorites and shit. And I'm just like, what can I say? I'm so fucking generous.
Right.
I'm such a
Yeah,
nice
I mean-
guy. Such a fucking nice
Yeah,
guy.
but now, like, if you're on Twitter what is it? Oh, giving away a fucking pet in World of Warcraft. All you got to do is like and favorite this, or fucking retweet my tweet. You know what I mean? So I get more fucking followers. Like that shit still happens.
Oh, I'm just saying it doesn't have for YouTube anymore. They killed that shit with watch time, which they should have.
Right.
I don't have that many Twitter followers, but then again, I don't do Twitter giveaways. Maybe I should. Dude, I am the king of getting retweeted by porn bots.
Really?
Yeah, let me find this tweet, man. It's been retweeted by so many porn bots.
You know what I don't understand is, so I made a tweet. Probably when was right after BlackRock Foundry? When was that? That was a long time ago because it was the raid before a Hellfire Citadel. So I made a tweet and it was about a Q&A that Blizzard did, right? And so it was something like it was some dumb shit about like them answering stupid softball fucking questions, right? And it didn't get anything right now, but that tweet, every like 3 months, some random like porn bot will favorite or retweet that tweet. And I don't know what's different about that tweet.
Look at what I linked. That video is literally streaming some late night hashtag Wildstar. 1 retweet, 80 likes. All of those likes are from porn bots.
Yeah, I don't know why they focus
What is
on
the deal
one
with
tweet
that?
though.
Yeah.
Because like my tweet is
If you just go down the like, original hot dog liked it. He's probably the only legit one.
let me see if I can
Is there any way to see all the people that liked it? Oh, there is. They're all porn bots. That's awesome.
how do I can I search my own timeline?
The only reason I found that tweet easily is because I liked my own tweet just because it was so hilarious. I wanted to have it in a list to see all the porn bots because I figured it would come up in a show or something.
This right here. This is the same. I think the same. How do I link a tweet?
Should be a drop down. It's like
Copy link.
Yeah.
Oh, what? God damn it. There you go. Same deal. One retweet, 25 likes.
Yeah.
All like
Yeah, that's
porn.
really weird.
But it's weird that they keep coming back to it. Like,
Yeah,
why do you keep finding
it's the
that
same thing
one
with mine.
fucking
Like
tweet?
I'll like look at my Twitter one day and it's just like, oh, some more people like the late night Wildstar tweet
It's so
from
weird.
fucking
Dude.
2014. Sick.
I don't mind porn bots. That's just a free picture of titties on my feed. I'm good with that.
Dude, they've gotten pretty good though. Like some of them, like they'll have like a legit profile description, and then it's like you click on it and it's like, oh, porn bot.
Porn bot. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I saw that. You know who that Zoey Burgher chick is?
No.
She was like some tit streamer that apparently like would sell nudes to people and anyway, she got. I didn't know if you knew her, but
Oh, was it? Oh, I think I do know who you're talking about. So I think this was the girl I was talking about, where she's like a, like she would. Was this the girl that her subscribers got access to her private Snapchat, where she would send
Yes.
nudes?
Yeah.
Dude, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I admire the hustle.
She got banned
I
from
know.
Twitch,
Makes me
and now
sad.
she streams on like YouTube.
That's disgusting.
So like, I think she's the only one that streams on YouTube, and she was like, it was like, twerking for tips or something, and then she's like, you know what's really irritating though is she uses that word tot or thought or whatever. How are you fucking pronounce THOT? It means whore
Oh,
or
thought.
like. Oh,
Yeah.
is it tot or
I
thought?
think it's thought. I'm pretty sure it is.
It's fucking.
I don't
That
know
is
if
the
if the
stupidest.
black people Twitter
Wait,
community.
hang on.
is
We need to have a poll. What's the stupider fucking thing? Tot or
stupider. I like it.
stupider? That or fleek? Something being on fleek. What's stupider?
On
Tot
fleek.
or on fleek?
Dude, there's more like terms that are even fucking worse than that. I just can't think of them. Let me go on the black people Twitter subreddit. Let's see if I can find some more terms that are r/black people Twitter. There's a lot of terms like that are just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, Fleek. Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think people are gonna say? Tot or on fleek?
I think they're gonna give you shit for saying tot, like fucking tater tot. I'm pretty sure it's thought. I don't know if the black people Twitter community
Where did it
is
come
a big
from?
fan of silent H's. Like I don't know if silent letters are
What
a
do you,
big
what do you say it is?
fucking thing in that culture.
Thought?
Thought, like Thot.
Where the fuck did it come from, though? What's a
I don't
thought?
know how it even starts.
Look it up. Look up origin of thought.
A thought is a hoe. Plural, thotties. Yo, that's my main girl. She your main girl, but she's my main thought.
Where did it come from? I don't get it. Where did that word... I know the fleek one is just made up. Like somebody just tweeted that shit out and like they made up a word and it like fucking caught on. Like I did hear that. But I don't know where the fucking thought thing came.
Thought topic. I'm looking at this legit news article about the word thought. Thought topic, a new slang word that is sweeping the nation.
I really don't think it is.
And I don't think so. I think it's sweeping a certain fucking demographic.
Anyway, that skank uses that word. She's like my thought-tastic ways for getting tips or some shit. She went to Florida State, which makes sense why she's a slut. But apparently, I was looking at her subreddit or whatever.
My favorite term is harlot. That's the one I like to whip out because a lot of people don't know what it means.
That's an actual word.
I like saying harlot, calling a girl a harlot or a lady of the night.
That's a word though. Like you can't like you can't use an actual word to like I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? I was gonna say something about I forget.
Thought topic.
Thought topic. What do you think people are gonna say? Which one's dumber? Fleek or
Thought. I think thought is definitely dumber. I think fleek is almost just fun to say. Like it's a little fun to say. Thought just sounds stupid.
right? Oh no, I was saying that there was a it wasn't Reddit. It was like her like subreddit maybe. Well, maybe it was on Reddit. I don't know, but it was like basically people were like, does anybody have pictures of that Zoey Burgher chick's nudes? And then no one's like, no, I can't get one or whatever. Like, and someone's like, well, she sells them for $100. Like, if you donate $100 to her fucking, it seems really expensive for a nude, by the way. But
yeah, it's a little pricey.
apparently, somebody
Zoey
like
Burgher.
yeah.
Is this a celebrity? Because she's got an IMDb page.
No.
It's not this chick, is it? I don't think so. There's another unfortunately named person named Zoey Burgher who's an actress.
No, that's not. No, it's that's not it. It's I'll show you. I guess she's banned. Oh, now she's unbanned. Images. It's spelled.
Dude, there's like a legit verified Zoey Burgher on Twitter.
And she's not bad. If you just Google image search that. And apparently her aim isn't so bad either, like in video games. Apparently she's not like the worst.
I'm waiting for the super hot girl gamer that's actually good at I'm talking like MLG.
Hold up. Let me show you
good
her
at games.
let me show you her like here we go.
Yeah, dude, she's pretty hot.
Here, watch this. Watch this video. That's her playing like let me find a go to like 150. And you can see her like her aim. It's actually not bad. And keep in mind she's like using a controller. So you'd think her titties would get in the way of her arms being able to operate that controller, but apparently not.
This fucking video is like choppy as shit.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she doesn't have the most fucking technical skills of all time.
She's got a green screen.
Yeah.
I don't even have a green screen.
Look at what she's playing in though.
Dude, that's typical gamer gear.
Yeah?
Typical gamer gear.
She looks
is this video this choppy or is this my YouTube bugging out?
It's your YouTube bugging out. Like go to like 230
Oh
She,
yeah,
like,
my Google Chrome is fucked up. Like my Google Chrome.
if anybody's listening to this, go to 2:30 and you can see her like basically just like show off her ass for a tip or something. But anyway, I guess she's unbanned now. But somebody
Wait.
posted that like
These images on Google Images don't look like her though. Sort of. I don't know.
yeah, they're
She
anyway,
looks a little thicker in that video than she does in a lot of
Yeah.
these pictures.
well, you know,
It's the Twitch streaming. What's the weight on? I guess I don't know.
yeah.
In that video,
Anyway.
she definitely is not as hot as she is in these pictures.
Apparently, somebody actually like gave her $100 to try to get a nude, and she like just took his money, and, like didn't give him the nude.
That's bad business.
That was on their on the Reddit thing or whatever. But yeah, there's actually a naked pic. You could like Google like her naked, and there's like a couple pictures of it.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I've never thought a woman of her stature would stoop down that low.
How much would if one of like your female fans wanted a Zybak dick pic? How much are we talking?
With no face in it, not much.
No, just your dick. Just
Not much.
Just cock and balls, waist down.
See, the thing is with like
$25.
I don't know about that low.
You have to hold your like your driver's license in the picture.
Yeah, see, no, that
Prove it's
changes
you.
it. That changes it. But if it's just a like, that's why I said no face. Like, if it's just an
All right,
anonymous,
face, whole body.
if it's an anonymous dick pic, like that's not worth anything. Like
I
that
agree,
has
because you can Google that. You can just Google a picture and send it to a girl. I got it. I'm talking about like, all right, full face and like you got to take like a mirror, full body dick picture.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my value is.
Really?
It's hard to put a value on that.
Did you see what was it? Somebody
I would definitely make sure my shit was on point though. Do some fluffing.
this is fluffing.
I'm a grower, not a shower. I gotta
somebody-
fucking slap it around a little bit.
I was somebody, I forget who it was. It might have been Leia. Somebody was streaming and it was a girl, and they were like, or no, it was Takarita, who I don't think is that famous, but she's kind of hot. But anyway, was streaming and she's like $1,000 in tips, and I'll fucking change right now from Horde to Alliance or some shit. And she got two $500 tips in the span of like a half hour.
Holy
And she
fuck.
was like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Okay, well, I guess I'm faction changing." So this is one of those things that if I'm like, I'll do it for like $500, some fucker who's got more money than they could ever want to do with would probably send you $500.
I've gotten some pretty crazy donations before, but nothing so crazy like some of these other streamers have gotten.
What was the highest donation you ever got?
Fucking. I think I got like $500 from a guy, like, and it was over a few donations, but it was somewhere in that ballpark. But I've had a few people that have just concurrent, like, have just been regulars and just like have thrown me like $10 every day for like months. So
I have a friend, Brutal Static, who is, well, his name's Brutal, but he goes by Brutal Static on Twitter, and he was the guy that we started the podcast together. He's the guy that, he's our raid leader in Static or whatever. He's actually a real life friend too. He started streaming, and he doesn't have a lot of viewers at all. Like every time I look at him, he's got like 60, maybe 70 viewers. But he makes like, he's got his donation stuff right on there, and he makes like over $3,000 a month. So like the people, I guess
that's crazy.
The people that do watch him give him like a lot.
I definitely was
of
not
money.
making $3,000 a month off of Twitch donations.
Yeah, I mean he makes
nowhere even close when I was doing that.
I saw him on there. He was like live streaming, and some guy gave him like $700, just like boom.
Wow.
And he's like, "What the fuck?" I guess it's just all rich white kids that are.
I mean, there's people that are well off that enjoy their entertainment, and hey, more power to them. I appreciate it whenever I've gotten them.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the best way to do it, man. It's getting paid through ad revenue is tough now.
Well, some people are like really sub heavy, and some people are like donation, that's their
It's
thing or
definitely
whatever.
better to be donation heavy than sub heavy.
Yeah.
Definitely better because
I saw, how many
nobody PayPal takes 30 cents out of it. Twitch takes half.
Right. I was watching 30 cents from if someone just sends you money off
Somebody sends you $1, they take 30 cents out of it
because it's a donation?
because it's the transaction fee.
It's not 30%.
It's 30 cents. 30 cents as in
Not every
30. Yes.
not of every dollar.
No, but of the singular donation. You send me $50.
Okay.
I get 49.
I thought you were saying 30 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
I'm like,
they also take a percentage.
if you use a credit card, it's 3%.
Yeah, it's sometimes they might take like 1%.
And that's
sometimes.
so they don't get screwed on the credit card fee. No, the credit card fee because the credit card company.
Yeah, they do take a percentage sometimes, but yeah, it's 30 cents per transaction no matter what.
Right, that's fine. So anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, I was watching. You know who Co Carnage is? You probably do, right?
He's actually into Crowfall.
Oh, we didn't have him on the fucking. No, he'd never do it. But anyway, I was watching his stream when he was doing some No Man's Sky stuff, and that fucker has like 7,000 subs on Twitch. And I think you get like $3 a sub, right?
I think the top guys get 3, so they get a little bit more than half.
Holy fuck, dude! $21,000 a month. That guy.
Yeah, those guys have incredible influence.
Which is like I want to know how many subs Lyric has, because like I don't watch him like at all. Like he's just not my thing, right? But I think he's probably the most popular streamer that I've seen. He might not be, but I think
streaming is tough, man. I never really could get into it.
You think of somebody that's bigger than Lyric?
Maybe Soda Poppin'. I mean, Lyric, I don't know. Soda Poppin's just got this, like, he might not be the biggest streamer numbers-wise, but his fucking fans are so voracious. Like, they're fucking intense. Like, I feel like a lot of people that watch Lyric are kind of like, just in the background, like, I like to listen to Lyric. I like to watch the Lyric stream while I'm, doing the dishes. Whereas Soda Poppin's fans are, like, in it to win it. And they're spamming fucking chat, and they're spamming donations, and fucking spamming subs, and subscribing on alternate accounts just to make fucking memes and shit. Like, his fucking audience is unlike any other. Of just, like, memers.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I don't watch a lot of streamers.
I don't watch a lot of streams either. I respect the people that do it, because it is hard, man. I mean, I've done it. I had some pretty good success with WildStar, but I found it easy. Streaming is easy when you're into a game. Like, when I was into WildStar and I was no-lifing that all day, every day, having a blast, streaming is a fucking piece of cake. But streaming sucks dick when you're kind of, like, halfway into the game, and you're like, this is kind of shitty. Ah, man, and that happens to all those guys. Those guys, they're not constantly in love with the game they're playing, but, they tough it out, and I don't know. I wasn't very good at doing that part of it.
See, the part that I'm not good at is when I, like, talk to somebody, like, I want them to, like, I would have a really hard time being enthusiastic about talking to a chat that doesn't talk back, that talks, like, via typing. Because, like,
that wasn't like that much of an issue for me.
I'd be like an idiot being like, well, blah, 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 blah. And then I'd, like, read something, and I'd be like, well, blah, you know what I mean? Like,
I think Kriparian has probably the if I had to have a stream type, like a viewer audience type, that would be the way. Because Crip kind of just chills out and plays Hearthstone and talks to chat a little bit and bullshits with other people and Skype. Like, that would be what I would want. I wouldn't want a Soda Poppin'. I mean, I would like that Soda Poppin' money. But I wouldn't want, like, that voracious. Actually, I would want a little bit of the meme action. But, dude, his fucking chat, man, holy shit, it's fucking bananas.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard about Crip, and I actually have never watched his stream, but I've heard he's, like, unique in that he he's just not like one of those like panderer types.
Yeah, like that's why I haven't watched him in a while just because he's not playing games that I'm interested in. But Like, I hate when I'm watching a Twitch streamer and they're too enthusiastic and they're like, hey guys, welcome to the stream, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Barney101, welcome to the stream, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. It's just like, oh my god, dude. Chill. Like, we just like...
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude, and there's a lot of streamers that are like that. There's like this race to be the most interactive streamer ever and be like constantly talking. And it's just like, Jesus, fuck.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, and that's not me either, you know. So like, I just streaming wasn't.
I mean, I thought about maybe streaming some WoW arenas, but the thing with WoW arenas is like, it's not something you can like. I don't know. I don't have a friends list big enough to be able to just constantly play them, and it's one of those things where there's downtime sometimes, and it's just So I probably won't. I'd rather just focus on making videos, and I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Favorite, like, retweet, YouTube, subscribe. And that's it. That's what you need to do. What else?
Let's do the comments because I don't have much time.
Good, me either.
I'm looking at. Sorry, I got distracted by this porn bot that liked my Wildstar comment from 2014. I think she
How
wants
much
the
money?
dick.
How much money would porn have to pay you to actually pursue it as a career? Like, if someone came to you and they're like, Zybak, you were the biggest stunt cock we've ever found in our entire life. We will pay you whatever salary is necessary for you to be a full-time male porn star. How much would it be?
It would be considering the situation you just laid out, it would be a pretty considerable amount of money because you're making it sound like I'm like one of a kind. Like I'm not gonna sell myself short if I've got the biggest stunt cock of all time.
I'm just saying, like, well, right, but
I want like an NFL contract.
Saying,
you know,
right,
porn's mainstream.
I'm not gonna give you that. I'm just saying, like, how much would it take for you to be a full-time porn star? Would you do it for $50,000 a year? Because that shit
not based off of the situation you just laid out. No.
Right. Okay. Well,
just because I feel like I'm not being appreciated.
Right. Take that off the table. Just for you to be a full-time porn star, what would you need? Because like, I think what's crazy is there's some porn stars.
Yeah, I know some of them don't make dick for money.
Well, they retire too. Like, so, like, take Jenna Hayes for example, who's kind of. I mean, maybe she's not your thing. You're being the listener, but I think Jenna Hayes is fucking hot as shit. Anyway, she quote unquote retired, and now like, you know, she's like gets all uppity when people bring up like her past porn life or whatever, or like, you know, like Mia Khalifa retired too, and it's like retired after like 3 or 4 years.
So male, typical. This is what they say. Typical male porn stars make $40,000 a year.
Would you do it for that?
No. I'd want to make more. I want to make more than the fucking
league minimum.
Yeah, I don't want to make the league minimum. The fuck.
That's not like you can't like that's not glory, dude. Like you're gonna ruin your life for $40,000 a year. Like that's just retarded to me. I don't know.
I don't think it's the same for men as it is for women.
Yeah.
I don't think dudes like I don't think your boss comes up to you at work and goes, you know, when you fucked all those chicks, I really think less of you now. It's like
we're gonna need to let you go. Why? Because I just watched your video. You're right. Yeah, maybe not.
For women, it's way like for men, it's like obviously you will get looked down a little bit, but I think it depends. I don't know.
I wouldn't do it for 40 a year.
I wouldn't do it for the league minimum. I like that term, the league minimum. I'm gonna fucking use that shit from now on.
Fair enough.
The league minimum. That's a new fucking saying in the book. All right, let me find the comments here. What is up with this new shit with me reading the comments, man?
I like it.
Get my reading skills.
We gotta get you some prep.
I prefer enjoying life than being rich. 100% agree with Dope. I might die tomorrow and all that money's gone. Peace. Spoken like a true poor person.
What did I say that to? I don't even remember.
I don't know. I think this guy's probably talking about the investing. We're probably talking about investing and me saving a lot of my money.
Oh, right, yeah. Right.
Living behind the 8 ball, man.
Actually, I think I'm gonna. So I've got a traditional stock account that's got I bought in pretty well and I've made some pretty decent money in it, but I still don't have a lot. I think I have like $8,000 in it or something. I think I'm going to clean that out and empty it so I'm making like 4.5 or 5% dividends on that account. But the wife's car loan is at like I think it's at like 4%, and we only owe like nine something on it. So I think I'm gonna actually clean out my Scottrade account to to pay that off. Yeah, well, not all of us own a fucking automotive empire. You fucking clown shoe.
I'm just saying, like, there's no point in investing.
No, fuck loans. Are you serious? You got a mortgage?
No. I'm saying there's no point in investing if you've got fucking loans or credit card debt. It's like you prioritize the loans or the debt first.
Now that's not 100% true, because take for example a mortgage. If you have 2% like thing on your mortgage, you're better off putting your money into investment accounts that can pay a lot more than that, right? Like than trying to pay off your mortgage like super early.
Yeah, but typically car loans are a little different. I
agree. I'm just saying there are scenarios where you don't want to pay down your principal as much.
With most things,
it's a good idea. I'm not going to say it's not a good idea. I'm just saying there are scenarios. But yeah, that's why I'm doing it, because it's a good idea. Anyway, keep going.
One of my life goals is to not have any sort of loan at all. I'm going to try to pull it off. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, my house is kind of a big one. So
yeah, I'm hoping to not live in an area that doesn't have crazy high home prices, and I'm not going to buy a big house because I don't think I'm going to buy a house anytime soon, but when I do buy a house, it's not going to be a big house because I
don't need a big house.
No, I don't. I'm going to buy a little tiny little house if I ever buy one. But I honestly think I might just be one of these motherfuckers that lives in apartments. Because it seems like owning a home is a pain in the dick. There's a lot of hidden costs and a whole lot of bullshit for not a lot of gain for a single dude. Seems like a whole lot of fuck that shit.
Yeah, it can be. But I mean, like, you're not ever going to really, like, you're talking about an investment. Like, you're not ever really going to, like...
Well, I get the argument that you're not building what's the word? Equity, yeah. But there's so really many hidden costs with houses. Like you have property taxes and upkeep and homeowners association and maintenance and all this, and then you've got all the stress and all the bullshit. Whereas like this apartment could burn down today and I wouldn't give a fuck.
Right. It's like that Mitch Hedberg fucking joke. You're like, I want to go to the apartment depot. It's just a bunch of dudes standing around, like not doing anything. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it can. Like, if I ever had to replace the siding on my house, it'd be probably about $15,000 to $20,000. Or if I ever had to do a roof or
but you're different because you have a family. Like, you're in this is what everything I've read about like homeowning being a good investment. Basically comes down to if you want or need a house, then it's a good investment. If you don't, then don't. Like that's pretty much what it comes like. It seems to even itself out pretty well because all the
if you're gonna move, I definitely don't recommend not buying a house. If you're ever thinking like
and that's another thing I like. I like that I can
5 years here.
I like that I can get up and go. Like I can pay off the rest of my lease and it won't be that big of a deal and I can be gone.
Right. I would say if your plans for the next 5 years involve being anywhere else, maybe I wouldn't buy a house because selling a house is fucking AIDS. I've been talking that I'm gonna pull it forever, but we're actually gonna pull it off Tuesday, I think, till March. So anyway. I had somebody call yesterday. They were like, it was Saturday, right? And they were like, it called or my agent texted me at like 2:00. In the afternoon, 2 or 2:30, and I had the baby and she was asleep. And he's like, "Hey, want to show your house tonight at 7:30? Let me know." And I'm like, "No, fuck off, no." Like, are you serious? Like, no. Like people that do that shit, they don't want to buy my house. They just want to come like make me fucking clean, and they like added it to the list that day. You know what I mean? So, anyway, all right, keep going.
PlayStation, Amazon are offering refunds for No Man's Sky, no matter the playtime. Okay, so it's not just Steam. They're fucked. Yeah, they're fucked. Didn't
That's
know
not true, actually. That actually was dispelled. That's a myth.
Okay, well, that's from a day ago, so I don't know. Didn't know Zybak fucked bitches on a regular basis. I don't. Not yet. I don't know where that came up from. That's... Nope. Not right now. Why 11-year-olds shouldn't raid will probably be my favorite WoW video. Worth a listen since there's no audio, just event... since there's no audio. I think he meant to say no video. Just event recording. Zybak and CNC machines... Yeah, no, it's a highly employable job. That's why you can be... Dude, everybody needs them. Everybody, everywhere in the U.S. is fucking hiring for that shit. It's a very highly sought after position. I've listened to many legit official podcasts, but this one is my favorite. Good. That's kind of the line I'm trying. I don't want to be too professional, because when podcasts are too professional, they kind of annoy me personally. Like when they have like intro music for every segment, and like it's just, I don't know. I like it to just be like one fluid conversation. So definitely want it to be like a little professional, but not too professional. Willing to bet Zybak would bench more than Demetrius Johnson, but he would eat him alive. That's a UFC fighter.
Demetrius Johnson?
Yeah.
That dude needs a fucking better name, like The Rock. Like if you're fucking...
I think his name is Mighty Mouse.
If your fucking name is Demetrius Johnson, that doesn't inspire fucking fear in anyone. Like, oh no, I'm gonna face Demetrius Johnson.
He kicks the shit out of people.
I'm sure he does, but he has a fucking
he's probably
name.
Yeah, so this dude weighs 126 pounds.
Demetrius Johnson?
Yeah. And this guy says I'd probably bench more than him, and I probably do, but like that's just because I'm bigger, and that's just the way it goes. What was that we talked about on the last pod? I can't remember where that went. Oh yeah, we were talking about like UFC fighters being like really strong for their weight or something. Yeah, so it was something about that. Like there's a reason why there's weight classes. That's why weight classes exist. It makes a big difference. Yeah. But he'd still kick my ass. I'm not debating that. I know you will not like Stranger Things based off of watching your stuff, blah, blah, blah. Dick's out for George. What are you, gay? Now Dick's out for Haramba. That's something I can get behind. At this point, Dope living vicariously through Zybak is the dankest and freshest new Hive Mind meme. These Zybak voice cracks are amazing. Yeah, that's so annoying, man. I can't wait to... I guess that's either... Is that a thing that's staying?
What?
I randomly get voice cracks sometimes.
I don't hear it.
I do it sometimes. It's real bad. I think it's just... I don't know if it's like a... I realized I was a late bloomer, but I don't think that's a... I think that's more of a... My mouth, like my throat being dry than a... LOL puberty thing. Seriously, get Asmongold back on. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I just want to wait for the Legion stuff to die down a little bit, because he's probably pretty busy playing the game and making videos about the game. So yeah, he's probably got little priorities. Was listening to podcast number 11 with Dantain. It's funny, blah blah blah.
We need to have a guest on though, because I feel like we haven't had anybody on in like a long time. How many episodes has it been?
It's been a while. I mean, I didn't want to have like a guest every week, but
What's His Nuts was the last one.
Yeah. Well, it's because a lot of stuff has happened. Like Overwatch came out, and I didn't want to like pull like too many people. I'm gonna try to work on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find a guest if you want.
I could have a guest on. I just don't. I don't know how YouTube would click.
Who is it?
Just some WoW friends that I have.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Okay, fine. All right.
I mean, he's not like a fucking retard, is he?
No. He's just a super smartass, kind of like I am. But it'll work out.
Well, I mean, if we don't get along, that'll make for a good show.
Fair enough. All right. It'll be good times.
Can you?
Now, he'd been wanting to do a podcast with me anyway, since I was gonna do since I was talking about like redoing my my other one, the WoW show. He was like trying to get me to do that, but this would be good.
And the reason I like what we do is because it's not topic specific.
Right.
So you can do it, and it's not like a huge deal. If like we don't like if we both quit WoW, it's not like, oh, the fucking show is ruined.
Right.
Because we didn't even talk about WoW at all in a lot of podcasts. So, this guy wants a link to the chicken I eat. So I linked him the Walmart chicken I buy. He's pissed that they don't make that.
That is the chicken I used to eat, but there is a better chicken that's sold at Costco. And I mean, I saw you tweeted that out, the Tyson chicken. That's okay, but if you go to Costco, there's a grilled chicken strips that actually taste a lot better. Because that chicken that you tweeted is the chicken that I used to eat all the time. I've actually been
getting this fajita chicken recently. It's like spiced, and it's got a little rib meat in it. It's not just chicken breast, so
right. Everything does. Yeah. Everything.
Well, one of them is just chicken breasts, but it's a little like before I put it in the microwave, I like douse the shit with water because it's a little dry. Like if you microwave it without like fucking hosing it down first.
Right.
Anyway, sound quality is more than okay. Okay, this guy is defending the audio quality, saying it's not as bad as we're making it out to be.
I stopped using my good mic because my good mic. Remember when my mic would cut out?
Yeah, that was annoying. Yeah. So the thing about my audio quality, like the thing about audio quality in general, is it's not even about the mic, like it's about the surrounding environment. Like if we were in like a studio that was soundproof and like vibration proof and shit, then yeah, the podcast would sound great, even if we use the same equipment we have now. But I've got, this is not the best environment with my fucking shaky chair and squeaking around and loud ass computer fans. Like at some point, it's kind of as good as it's gonna get, unless we like really buckle down and make a big investment, which is just not gonna happen.
No, definitely not. You know what I think you know what I like though? It's so some people like love it or hate it. Some people think it's kind of cheesy. I really like when people use like little like sound effect boards or like voice modifiers or something like that. I like that shit. If they do it a little bit. Some people
it's
like
fun when people whip it out and you weren't expecting it. But when they overdo it, it's annoying.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it.
Zybak, how do you approach women and how has it changed from being a fat fuck to being a thin fuck?
He doesn't.
That's correct. I really haven't been approaching, but I have noticed that everyone's way fucking nicer. Like when I'm talking to I don't know, just a woman in general, they're like way more touchy. Like no one used to be touchy with me. Now I get like taps on the arm and like shit like that. Like when I like make a joke, they'll like tap me on the arm or whatever. And it's just like, oh, that's a little fucking new.
Yeah, it's a brave new world for you for your
dude. It's
penis.
Yeah, no. So like, the big thing is like, people just respect you more.
I mean, that's like, the harsh reality of the world.
It's just true. Like, in men, like it's not just women, it's men. Like if you're a dude, like you just get more respect in general. Like if I was to like, I don't know, say, sorry, dope, I like couldn't get that thing done for you today, you would give me more like leeway than if I was fat and had said the same thing. Because if I was fat and said the same thing, you'd be like, a fat piece of shit, probably eating all those goddamn donuts or whatever. I don't know. Like you just get more respect and shit's easier.
Yeah.
What can I say? It's just fucking, I've been on both sides of it. It's just better.
As have I. You're not wrong.
It's just better.
Like, I'm not gonna disagree with you. That is 100% accurate. Which is kind of, I mean,
it's motivation.
I think
man.
That's one of those things that's like, I don't think people mean to do that. I think that's
I think it's just fucking
baked in, hardwired.
Hardwired in.
That is the harsh reality of things.
Just like dudes that like fucking that certain shape that women have, that fucking hourglass shape. It's like, why do we like it? It's like fucking like this hard coded in, man. What can you say?
Yeah. Well, that's like big titties and big asses are all like, that's all biological.
That bitch will survive the winter.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people in general, It's so irritating. Like they're scared to admit biology a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
no, it's silly if you don't. It's just like women, like it's like when people don't want to acknowledge that if you have money, that it's easier to get women. Like if you're in your 40s and you're rich, like a lot of people think that it's just like, oh, these gold digging whores going after them, right? And there is a lot of that. But women legitimately find wealth attractive. Like you are a more attractive person if you're wealthy because it's just biology. Like women are looking for the fucking provider. That's just the fucking way it is.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
a lot of gold digging whores, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it's there. That's why my game plan is the way it is. Moving on. Zybak, are you planning on going John fucking Madden via Druid and Legion? Yes.
What does that mean?
So this is like a feral meme from back in the day. The feral rotation was, I don't know how it started, but basically like ferals have had the hardest DPS rotation in WoW for like forever, and it's been referred to as John fucking Madden as the difficulty. I don't know why. It's just a feral meme thing. Let me try to find it. I'm sure I could just Google feral John Madden and it'll come up.
Because Madden used to be the hardest difficulty in Madden. That's probably
Anyone
why.
remember the? Oh, it's from this graph. It's from this graph here. Yeah, if you click on that and zoom it in.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you basically yeah, it's the flow chart.
What's the first? What's the first thing? Is that Mangle?
Yes. Wait, no, the first thing is claw.
Is that auto attack?
Claw is
That's auto attack, isn't it?
claw is the ability that ferals used to have before you got mangle, which has not been in the game since.
Yeah, that's what
maybe it was in Wrath.
Stop being bad.
Yeah, there was no point to have it on your bar when you had mangle.
Are you fighting trash? Yes. Swipe. Is it dead? No. Swipe more. Is it dead? Yes. Are you fighting it? No. Are you the Mangle bot? That had to be some debuff bullshit.
Yeah. So mangle would have a debuff. That you had to keep
Fly.
up.
Fairy fire. John fucking.
Yeah, and then you had to keep all that shit up.
It's boss dead. Teabag people that died.
Yeah, that's where I came from.
Oh man.
Stop sanding in void zones. Yeah, good times.
That's a pretty good flowchart. I can't even believe I missed out on that.
Oh, it was before you started playing.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good one.
If you went back now, what is this question? If you went back now and could have been assured you would not get banned, would you have changed sides on the WoW? Why would you have gotten banned for that? No. I don't know. I mean, I was there for it. Changed sides, like been on the alliance for that. But no one got banned for that. I don't know where that came from.
You wouldn't. You don't get banned for participating in World PvP on a World.
But then again, no one thought you'd get banned for creating a level 1 character on a server. And then Swifty got banned.
You got unbanned.
Yeah, after the fucking world exploded.
I remember that Swifty banning thing too, and I didn't even.
This is the craziest fucking shit.
I didn't even know who the dude was, or I didn't really give a fuck about him. And I'm like, oh, I guess somebody important got banned. That's all I remember from that.
Probably remember the servers crashing though.
No, I don't remember that either. I just remember that Swifty got banned. Whoa, and there was somebody else that got banned too. Wreckful.
Yeah,
I don't even know who that is, but I remember he got banned.
WoW arena player.
And people had problem with that too.
Yep, banned for account sharing.
Yeah, get wrecked. What else?
This week may be legitimately short, and the podcast goes for 3 hours. Dicks Out started on Twitch. Oh, good for Twitch. They started the Dicks Out for Harambe. I keep saying Harambe, not Harambe. I don't know why I keep doing that. I don't get why you're so corny for Crowfall. It's just a fucking cool game. It's gonna be a fun PvP sandbox experience that I've never had before, and most people haven't had before, unless you're old or you play Eve. You should do a Cooking with Zybak series and make the most simple shit ever. I've actually thought about doing that before. I listen to YouTube. Mute while Overwatch is muted. Listen to podcasts for 2 or 3 hours. Okay, cool. Thank you. Dope. The dumbest thing you said on the podcast by far is that you don't think it makes sense when a game comes out at 12 a.m. PST. Have you ever played a game on launch?
I really don't think that's the dumbest thing I've ever said.
No, that's definitely not even close to the dumbest thing you've ever said. It's not even in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the league minimum.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that's retarded. Try better. Try harder.
Yeah,
I wonder what people like. People should put in the comments what they think the dumbest thing I've literally ever said on this show is. What do you think it would be?
I don't know. You said some pretty silly shit. It's
other than when
I
I purposefully said stupid shit to get you triggered, which is a lot. Other than that, it had to be like a legit fucking thing that I actually said that you thought was stupid. I'll be excited to know.
I'm sure somebody's gonna have one. There's like the whole like list of dope like, so I don't know. I guess that's not the same as saying something dumb. Like, you definitely have like an autism list of like stuff you have done in your past. That's just like, that doesn't happen to
you don't even know like some of the I've like repressed a lot of memories of
shitting in a gas station like cardboard box, wearing blue eye contacts, like lots of little things like that. It's very, very questionable. Anyway.
Yeah.
Shitting in a litter box.
I've repressed a lot of memories that like were things that I shouldn't remember, and I remember doing them, and I'm like, wow, I remember that. Oh man, have you ever sharted on your couch at home?
No, that's another thing to add to the list. Like, this is not shit that happens to people.
I thought I could trust it, and I was betrayed. I was betrayed. Oh man, that's happened to me once.
All right. This next comment is defending Colin Kaepernick. Oh boy.
Colin fucking Kaepernick. You see, he wore socks that were like cops that were shown as like pigs. He's such a fucking moron, dude. Like,
do you know he converted to Islam before he started doing all this shit? Not even trolling.
Wait, really?
I'm serious.
Well, that makes sense.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Keep going. Like 5 more minutes.
Yeah. Speaking of watch time analytics, this guy links Giazzo. I'm assuming this is YouTube analytics. Oh, wow. Yeah, dude, this guy's video took off. Good for you, man. Get Destiny on the podcast. That's never gonna happen. Dude's pretty big. Zybak, invite me to the podcast. I'm not a fucking retard. Keep up with this dude. Your sentence, man. You just ruined it with your sentence. Me and Dope can talk about workplace shit too. The podcast is this guy roasted us in the chat. The podcast is filled with nobodies anyway. You might have a chance. New Dark Age MMO, not interested in it. Zybak, my ruling holder, Alliance still. Disagree with the age equals wisdom/intelligence. I'm only 21. I legitimately make better life decisions than most people who are older than me. You're hanging out with some terrible old people.
Well, the other thing is that just because, like, sure, but older people also deserve a baseline level of respect, unless they've proven that they don't. Because there are some old people that can just fuck off because they're fucking awful human beings. Those people don't. But generally, you should give old people a baseline level of respect.
However, I do give Zybak credit, as I acquired my stance in life from spectating and learning from people older than me. Oh, there he goes. So I guess, yeah, their boy, yeah. Basically, he just said he's doing what you just said. Basically. But he is around older people that make terrible decisions, too. So, yeah. You're just around terrible old people. Harambe mentioned, Zybak mentioned our Lord and Savior Harambe. Dicks out. The reason WoW goes back to Rag and Dalaran is because they ran out of ideas. Too lazy to be original anymore. Example.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I would have given him more shit until I saw the expansion and how good it actually is. Now I kind of I mean, it's still shitty. It's not a news city. Like, we haven't had a news city in fucking, like, damn near half a decade. Well, it has been half a decade. It hasn't been since Shat. Holy shit, it's been a long time. Or I guess Dalaran. Well, Dalaran 1.0. Yeah, I mean, this expansion has a lot of content, so I'm not going to shit on them about that. Sponsored by Discord? No, Discord is just really good. Talking about BDO, I honestly don't give a fuck about BDO. The game is definitely going to pay to win. Blah, blah. Sorry, I'm kind of scared. I got to piss so bad. Hey, can you make timestamps for the topics? Yes, the timestamps are in the description for every single podcast. You need to click on Show More, and there's a timestamp for everything we talk about. Well, not everything we talk about, but the major points. Returns to WoW. Feral's not OP. Sticks to Feral. Seems good. Yo. Zybak, are you quitting Overwatch? No, just playing WoW right now. I was launching on 3 a.m. Whatever. Okay, that's basically it.
Yeah, I haven't read the comments as much as I used to. I gotta get a bit better about reading.
Sorry if I like skipped over your comment or read it hastily. I just gotta piss, and I gotta go here in 7 minutes. I literally gotta leave.
We can just be done,
Yeah,
bro.
we can just be done. All right, man. Good show. Hope you guys enjoyed Hive Mind. Unless you have anything you want to say.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed Hive Mind number. Let me pull up my phone here. What is it? 42. Hope you guys enjoyed Hive Mind number 42. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next week. Have a good one.